Welcome to the 11th episode of the Jams and Cocktails Live podcast. My name is Brad Brock, and I will be your host. Joining me, as always, here is the lovely... Oh, look, we got some jams already. Is the lovely and the beautiful and the smart Miss Jordan Taylor.
Hello, everyone.
Our special guest this evening is the amazing Kevin McLoughlin. All right, you guys. Before we get into it, please go and follow Brad Brock Music on the Facebook and pop over to the Brad Brock Music YouTube channel and smash that subscribe button straight away. But you can do it now or you can do it later on. But please smash it. What'd you say over there, Jordan?
Smash it.
Yeah, smash it.
Smash it good.
Smash it good. That's what she said.
Oh, wait, where is it?
Go ahead.
Oh, I think I turned my keyboard off. I didn't want to kill the battery.
There you go.
Thank you. There we go. Sorry. Let me turn this on.
We got a fun show for you guys tonight with some great music, fun games, and good conversation. We do have our eyes on the comments, so feel free to chime in and chat with us during the show. Hope you guys are doing okay out there. I know that we are kind of trapped in our homes starting Friday morning, early Friday morning. Or so they say. Not trapped in our homes per se, but we are. So just to let you know, we will be here for you guys continuously every Wednesday night, and the music live streams will keep coming from all the musicians on the Treasure Coast and everywhere, including Garth Brooks, who's really jumped on that live stream bandwagon. So if you're a Garth Brooks fan, man, you're getting it all over the place, which is awesome because I am also a Garth Brooks fan. So your entertainment is still coming in full force. So please continue to support the artists that are performing for you while you are looking at your cell phones. You guys, I'm going to get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. He's a local legend around here. He's been a key member of the music scene on the Treasure Coast. He's performed with rock royalty, and now he's slumming it with us on the JNC podcast.
Woo!
Woo!
Lucky him.
Ladies and gentlemen, check out Mr. Kevin McLoughlin. Kevin, what's up, dude?
Hey, that was great. How you edited that so it ended right on the right spot? That was awesome.
Yeah, man. Come on. You know how we roll here.
I love that jacket.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
The jacket? I want that.
Which one? Which?
The cut off sleeve denim, the jean.
Yep.
Jacket.
The one from when he was in the video.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it is a nice
That's
jacket.
dope.
Yeah, I like to be trendy, so I buy all my clothes at Bike Week.
There you go. Bike. It's a good place to buy jackets of any kind.
Yeah, absolutely. Really? Hot leathers, go all the way.
Oh man, Kevin, I'm so glad I finally got you on the show. You chimed in a few weeks ago or a couple weeks ago now on Skype, and it's good to have you here in person, man. How you been, brother?
I'm excited to be here. Experiencing a small amount of cabin fever, but other than that, everything's great.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that anybody watching or even me and Jordan, we can relate. Cabin fever. I mean, I love my house, but boy, do I like to be outside or be at a bar or be at my favorite place, hanging out with my favorite people. So
yeah, well, how cool is it that all we can ever think about is, man, I would just love to have a couple weeks at home where I didn't have to do anything. Now all of a sudden, we can't stand it for some reason. We got to get out.
You always want what you don't have.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
However, if our house was 3 times bigger with a pool.
Listen, you guys, this is true talk, real talk. I cannot go half a day without getting a lecture about putting a pool in.
I told him he could start digging anytime. I would help.
Well, that's what they call it, the counseling class, a clue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a simple request. They're only like $40,000.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, just, if that's all, just get two.
If we do it ourselves, it'd probably be like $28,000. So it's fine.
Well, there you go. Get yourself a cement pond.
Yeah.
Yeah, dig a hole and get some bags of lime and pour water on them.
I said that I was fully prepared to go to Walmart and get one of those little kiddie pools.
Savannah said, literally, we need the pool. That's my sister.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Savannah.
Hi, Savannah.
I would get the one from
I'm
Walmart.
okay with that, too. We had to do the most terrible, delightful thing the other day.
Oh, what are we talking about here?
We tanned in the backyard, and then it was obviously so hot. We had to take the hose and we put it on mist mode, and we had to angle it up in the air so it was just the right amount of mist coming at us to keep us cool so we felt like we were at this pool spa, but you
guys should give seminars at the trailer park on how to hang out in the backyard.
I know.
I'm pretty sure that she watched.
It was awful.
She watched all the TikTok videos from the trailer park on how to have a trailer park backyard a pool party, which I told her. I said, hey, I was like, just lay out there in the backyard. You can even get like a little bowl of water and dip your hands or your toes in it, and you'd be just fine. And no, I don't think that's going to surpass the want and desire for a pool.
It's always been there, but it's real now.
Yeah,
we can get an above ground pool that's pretty inexpensive.
Yeah, my sister and I thought about that for like 30 minutes while we were tanning. That was all we talked about out in the backyard until we got the sprinkler out, and we were like, should we go to Walmart?
What you have to understand, Kevin, is
someone has to take care of it.
Somebody has to assemble it.
That too.
And you know who that somebody is going to be? I'm going to take one solid guess, and I think I'm going to win.
And it's going to be me.
It's me. That's right.
Yeah, it's you.
It's me. Oh my gosh. The
first question in what's Brad going to have to do next?
Yeah, there's the applause.
Okay, but we have so much time. What else are you doing, really?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, only hosting a podcast. That's fine. And like endless hours of whatever else you do out here in your lair.
This is not Attack Brad hour, okay? This hour is about Kevin. So Kevin.
Jenny Scott says Jordan deserves a pool. Okay, sorry. Anyway.
Listen, Jenny Scott. I don't even know you. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you guys, honestly, for tuning in with us tonight. We are going to get over to Kevin. Do you want to start us off with a jam, man? If I must.
Well, since you asked, I suppose I could do something. Oh,
very
you know what?
Polite.
You know what I do is there's a song that I always do because I am kind of nervous, and my hands are all sweaty. I've never had my podcasted before, so.
Well, welcome to the club, big boy.
So when I do shows and I'm nervous, I play this song and it kind of gets my head right. So this is an old Robert Johnson tune, and you want to hear it? Here you go.
I love it. Kevin McLoughlin, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm drifting and drifting, just like a ship out on the sea. I'm drifting and drifting, just like a ship out on the sea. Ain't got nobody in this world to care for me. If my baby would only build me a pool. If my baby would only take me back again, I'd feel much better, and at least I'd have a friend.
That's a great tune. I love that.
Yeah, that was nice.
Awesome, man. You feel a little calmer now?
Yes. Thank you.
Linda said if Kevin had an Irish car bomb, he would be calmer.
Ooh. Well, Linda, you won't be disappointed.
Oh.
It's not an Irish car bomb, but is my favorite Jack Daniels on the rocks.
Yes, indeed. Does Papa Brad always come through? Except Jordan, you're not included.
Beside the pool.
Besides the pool.
Well, as a performer, it's always a nervous question to ask whoever's hiring you, like, you're going to give us drinks, right? And so, Brad and I have been communicating through Facebook Messenger because we live in the future.
Yes.
And I'm like, finally, I had to bring myself to ask, like, okay, so do I supply the cocktails or do you? And he's like, oh, we're going to have it all for you. And I'm like, oh, you're awesome.
That is
man,
beautiful.
come on.
This is better than a gig.
Yeah, even in these trying times, like, I'm going to make sure you guys are sorted out here for being here. I do appreciate you being here, Kevin. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you guys haven't been out for a while. I had to sneak around the National Guard line over there. But when I told them I was coming to the podcast, they were like, oh, it's Brad Brock. Okay, you go through.
You're fine.
Yes, you have special clearance to come to Jams and Cocktails.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, so before we started the show, we actually did the McLoughlin Musical Minute, which is an awesome little podcast of your own that you do. So now I'm going to kind of give it back to you a little bit here. How do you feel about that?
I'll tell you when we're done.
I was so excited too when you were asking me some of these questions because I was like, oh yeah, all right.
Yeah, I was listening from the other room. Yeah, that was exciting.
Coming right back to you. Did you like? Did you like some of my eccentric answers?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Can you confirm the answers that I gave?
Yeah, you did a great job. Yeah.
Matt, can you confirm the accuracy of some of these answers? Yes.
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 See.
Okay. Do you guys have any bacon liqueur here? We had a comment on.
What was that?
Bacon. Linda's making bacon drinks.
Linda, get your cute little tush over here.
Yeah,
we want that bacon cocktail.
Linda makes a bacon that is really good.
Yeah.
Damn it! Should have had Linda over here as the bartender.
I know. You fucked up.
Fudged
up.
Wow. I did not expect that word to come out of those lips.
Come on now. Look at that. Look at that handsome man over there. Just say, Brad, you're awesome.
Awesome.
There you go. That's
better. Been working real hard on this mustache, you guys. Not so hard on this haircut that I gave myself today. So I can't wait for the barbershops to open back up.
Is that what that sound was when I knocked on the door? You were turning off the Flowbee?
That was it. Oh, you said Flowbee. That's a throwback, brother.
Yeah.
Anybody out there listening or watching, has anybody used this Flowbee to cut your hair? Because I'm close. I'm close to it.
Oh, that's got to be traumatic. A vacuum cleaner at 120 decibels against your skull. Come on.
I'll just put on my favorite jams and cocktails and go. All right, we're gonna jump into it, you guys, because I know that all of you want to know everything there is to know about Kevin McLoughlin. So let's go all the way back. When did you first pick up a guitar?
Okay, so the first time I ever picked up a guitar, I remember this moment. This was a life-changing moment for me. I was like 3 or 4 years old, and my dad played like in college around the campfire, and he pulled his guitar out of mothballs, and he sat me down and he put it in my lap, and I remember like being able to barely reach around and hit the low E string, and I hit that low E string, and that whole thing just vibrated me. And at that moment, I just knew for sure, like, I didn't even know what was going on, but I knew that's what I was all about.
That's how you literally felt the music move through you. That's incredible.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome, man. So I first saw you perform with the Crossbone Band years ago, which is a classic rock, Southern rock outfit. Who are your biggest influences musically?
Well, my biggest influences musically, I can tell you that the first guitar solo I ever learned was the guitar solo for Molly Hatchet's version of Dreams I'll Never See.
I don't think I've ever heard that version.
Really?
I might not have ever heard that song, but I've not heard that version of it. Certainly,
it was the first guitar solo I'll ever learn. You'll get a kick out of this. I was like, I don't know, I was a kid, and it took me a week of every day, all day after school.
That's awesome.
And now that was for the first half. So Southern rock, Florida bands, Lynyrd Skynyrd, Molly Hatchet, Blackfoot, Eric Clapton was like a big influence on me. Guitar players like Eric Johnson, Steve Morse, Stevie Ray Vaughan. These guys have just, shown me how to do it. Neil Sean taught me how to phrase and put the drama in a guitar solo. Just a million different things that I've picked up from a lot of people, but being in the Crossbone band allowed me to come back to my roots of playing guitar, because I have been in almost every kind of band that there is.
Sure.
And going back to playing the Southern rock, it was like after all those years, I was felt like I was home. Like, this is, like when you put on an old leather jacket that you haven't worn in a long time, you're like, oh yeah,
absolutely. No, man, Southern rock that's guitar music, man, and that's it's guitar music. Short of getting outside into the jazz world, which we were talking about earlier. Southern rock, when you got 3, 4, 5 guys sometimes on stage playing guitars simultaneously, but creating a symphony of guitar work, that's you're hard pressed to find. Sometimes maybe only in metal music do you find that kind of guitar work that's in unison or in harmony rather than you do in Southern rock. I was blown away by Crossbone when I saw you guys. So, and your guitar playing. So I'm happy to have you here, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and you brought up phrasing and adding the emotion into the guitar, and I think that's incredibly important. And that to me is what makes a guitar, because Eric Clapton is legendary. He's a legendary guitar player, and I think that what makes him so incredible is how he makes that guitar sing. Not so much his technical ability as it is how he puts that together. It's awesome, man. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, mine too. And all those things that you were talking about, for me, Southern rock puts all that together. Because if you listen to a lot of those older Lynyrd Skynyrd songs, especially with Steve Gaines playing guitar,
sure,
that stuff really swings. It's amazing how swing that is, and it's a really muscular guitar, but it's not all grungy, heavy, distorted, and it brings in the elements of the blues, elements of gospel, elements of jazz with the swing, and literally a lineup of 3 guitar players bashing away, and it's so loud you can't even see. And it's literally a Florida style of music, because who are the heavyweights in Southern rock?
Oh, sure.
They're all from Florida.
Yep.
So, it's a Florida thing.
Yeah. It's a Southern rock to me is great music. Whether you like Southern rock or not, that's up to you, but you have to appreciate it for what it is. It's awesome. It's guitar music. That's killer, man.
Linda wants to know how old you were, Brad, when you first saw Crossbone.
Oh my god!
For the first time.
You're making it seem like these guys are been around for 50 years. I guess to answer that question, I was probably, 26, maybe 10 years ago, maybe a little less than that. But yeah, it's probably been about that. I was probably 26 or 27 the first time I saw you guys play.
Yeah, where'd you see him at?
Good Times in Port St. Lucie, Good Times East out there off of US 1, and I was there with my mom to see you, we were talking about on the off the camera, but I was full on working on cruise ships during that time, and I was kind of a ghost. I would come into town and be here for a little while and then disappear back off into the sunset, almost literally sometimes. But yeah, that was the first time, and as I mentioned, it was with our buddy Scotty singing with you at the time. So, yeah, Linda, Excellent question. I was 26 or 27.
26, yeah. And you know what? The thing with that band was it just kind of happened by accident. But the thing that really made Crossbone a popular band, first off, I was just one part of that. Like, I'm not the mastermind behind all of that going on. I just was one of the guys in the band.
Listen how modest he is, Jordan. So modest.
No, but it was honestly Gary Nutt was our bass player when we started.
Yeah, Gary. Yeah.
Gary being as fastidious and exacting as he is.
Yes.
He said, like, listen, guys, we're playing Southern rock. People have been listening to these songs for, like, how many decades? They may not know what they're talking about, but if we don't play it right, they're going to know because they listen. They're going to go back in their truck and listen to it on the way home, and it won't be the same. We can't have that.
Right.
So we all sat down and we relearned all those songs. And, like, John Mellencamp did that for his band. He's like, you guys know how to play Motown, right? And they were like, yeah. He's like, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. So like we were in the same spot where it's like, yeah, we know those songs, and Gary's like, no, you don't. Go back and learn that song. And it turns out like, he was completely right. Like the hack versions that everybody does to sit in, it's like it's not even close to the actual parts in the song. And once we took the time to get those songs note correct and accurate, that's when the band started getting popular and back then, the apps were just coming out where you could hold up the phone to the music. Like people would tell us, like, you're the only band where my app will work because it sounds like the song.
Shazam.
Yeah. Like you go to a band and Shazam didn't know what to do with it, but when we were playing, it could actually tell that.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'm dead serious. Like Crossbone is by far definitely one of the best Southern rock outfits that I have seen probably ever, in terms of cover bands. You guys, clearly it's obvious why you all became as popular as you did. And now you've explained it. The accuracy is probably a huge part of that. I mean, you guys, between you and Keith on guitar, like it was just, it was magical.
Yeah. And Keith is awesome. He's a great guitar player. He's a great guy. And it didn't hurt that he also owns a sound company. So whenever Crossbone played, we would have like
plus
Keith's entire sound system crushing bones out in the audience.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so funny. When you guys played, I saw you, one of the last times I saw you guys play was at the Martin County Fair years ago now on that very, very cold night. Yeah. And, Keith was out there. He was running sound for the whole duration of the fair. Mm-hmm. So it was cool to see you guys get up on that big stage and just have absolutely perfect sound because Keith, notorious perfectionist when it comes to sound, which is awesome because you guys sounded amazing that night. So
thank you.
Yeah, of course. I have a few more questions.
Okay, let's see if I have
and then
any answers.
maybe we'll take a musical break. Perhaps a McLoughlin musical minute.
Whatever you want. I'm just here.
I'm drinking beers.
Yeah.
Living his best life.
He's supplying the liquor, so I'm doing whatever.
So one of the things we were talking about before we got on the show here, tell me about your experience performing with Davy Jones from the Monkees.
It was awesome. It was really, really cool. The first thing that comes to mind is we played a gig on Thanksgiving Day at Gulfstream Park. So, like, I had to convince my family to have Thanksgiving dinner at noon. And then I left at, like, 1 o'clock. I ran out, drove down to, where is it, in Pompano Beach or whatever, on US 1, Gulfstream Park. And I get there, and the Turtles are playing. Flo and Eddie are on stage.
Yeah. Imagine me and you, and you and me.
So I'm like, this is like a real show. Like I'm like playing with people looking.
Now wait, before you go any further, just to put a time cap or a time stamp on this, what year was this that you were performing with Davy Jones?
Oh, I have no idea.
It doesn't have to be
early
exact.
90s.
Early 90s?
Late 80s,
Sure.
Early 90s.
So back when he was a younger, older man.
Yeah. Yeah. And
because I'll tell you a story about Davy Jones when we get.
Well, let me tell you,
one.
a guy that was been on television and been performing since when? When did the show The Monkees come out?
God,
Like
so
68?
68, maybe 67.
70? Anyway, this guy is like, I don't know, like 5 times my age at least.
Sure.
And he looks like a 25-year-old. I was like,
He looked
away.
that
Like,
good,
I was
huh?
like, Davey, what in the hell do you eat? I want some of that.
No joke. I don't know what deal with the devil tastes like, but I'm sure that's what he was eating.
Say that again? I don't know what a deal with the devil tastes like.
But that's what he was eating.
Write that down.
Right, that Jordan, you have a pen and paper.
We're breaking your streak tonight, so that's the opening line for your next song.
It's not a bad one.
It's almost kind of gross, but it's very provocative.
I don't know what the deal with the devil tastes like.
Tastes different in jail than it does outside.
That is accurate.
Wait, a deal with the devil tastes like, what was the rest?
I don't know what.
Look how beautiful she is over there. I don't know what a deal with the devil tastes like, but I want to eat some of that.
But I'd like to get some of that.
We might have to work on that because it sounds a little dirty.
It can, and that's the thing with me. Like if there's like when I don't know how to say it, but like somehow when I say it sounds dirty. I don't know why it's like that, but like everyone can say the same phrase, but when Kevin says it, that's dirty.
All right. Well, okay. So it's the mid-90s,
right?
And you are going to play a show with Davy Jones from the Monkees.
Yeah, and it was kind of embarrassing because my huge solo, like the way Davey did it is it was pretty loose. So we'd be playing these songs that everybody knows, and then he would just point at someone to do a solo, and it was me. I'm like, okay. So I go to play a solo, and I'm like, and then I go to back, like you walk to the front, and you walk back, and I'm walking back to my spot. I tripped over the guitar stand. I was like,
no.
Yeah, so that was my debut in the big times, face planting in front of Davy Jones.
So would you say that show with Davy Jones, that was your biggest at that point? That was kind of the biggest thing that you had done. Musically?
I mean, to put stars on my resume that I've worked with, like played with, like holding my guitar.
Sure.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I when I worked as a sound engineer, like giant artists were a day at the office, but I wasn't performing with them, just turning their knobs.
Not that that's a terrible thing to have on your resume or a memory to have, running sound for these guys, because that's a very intimate thing to be able to do, is to hone in the sound of somebody that's legendary. What a responsibility, really. Well, and it's a lot of things that people don't take into consideration,
Well, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, but the most memorable parts for me, besides like the horribleness of it, because it's a lot of work for, a lot of hours. But the cool things that I really remember the most are the times hanging out backstage, shooting the shit with these guys, like hanging out with, having a beer with Toby Keith,
right?
Or like talking to Sammy Kershaw and having, like, I'll never forget the night I spoke with. Like Sammy Kershaw, if you remember him, he was big in the 90s.
I remember, yep.
And he had the biggest variety of stink face I had ever seen.
No kidding.
Like this guy is like, singing on stage like, and I mentioned it to him, and I was trying to find a way to say it nice, without sounding like I was being a jerk, but I don't know. But I was like, hey, Sammy, it seems like all the best singers have like the most facial expressions. And he stopped, and he looked me straight in the eye, and he took his finger, and he stuck it right in my chest, and he's like, right in the center of my chest, and he looked at me, he goes, it's because we got it in here.
That's pretty powerful. What a powerful message.
Yeah, so that solidified part of my musical journey, where it's like, to truly live the emotions of the music and then transmit that to the audience. That's the real musical success for me, is to take the listener on a journey, to take people to a place that can only be traveled to through music, and successfully have them experience an emotion. If I can do that, then I've done my job.
Absolutely. Music is transcendent, man. It's the only thing that exists on the planet currently that can put people in those places. It's unbelievable. Sammy Kershaw. How fun.
And that was at the Highlands County Fair in Sebring.
Oh, yeah. Sebring, man. Well, living that West Coast life. So, I guess before, or I'll let you answer one more question here, and then maybe we'll get another song in.
Cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm all in.
So, now you have your own band that you're fronting. After fronting all these, Big Pine, Crossbone, there's a couple other here, Crutchfield, Captain Sam, Coconut Heads, Up All Night. They're still around, yeah?
No.
I feel like I've heard that band name, but all these bands that you've been in, and now we've come to this culmination of the Kevin McLoughlin band. Tell me about it.
Well, the key to set up this whole paragraph here is that there's a whole lot of bands. Like I have been building projects my whole life, and musicians are weird, and
Amen.
you deal
Amen.
with you deal
Preach.
with.
Ain't that the truth?
And sometimes my brand of weird doesn't match with everybody else's brand of weird. So, you spend years building up a project, and then it just disappears because the lead singer or the bass player, whatever, something happened. Or you just decide to, screw you, I don't want to hang out with you anymore. Right. Whatever it is, you put a lot of time and a lot of energy, and then it ends up being a waste of time. From the perspective of getting something out there. So the things that I do know is if you are the singer, right, you are the band.
Right.
If you're the songwriter.
So they say.
Well, what people relate to the most when they're listening to a song is the vocals, right? So if you're the voice of the band, you are the least replaceable person in the band. So I'm like, well, damn it, I can't sing. How am I supposed to do that? So I was like, all right, well, let me try this. And when I started singing, it I can play guitar. I can do that. I'm comfortable with that. Like, whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. But singing, when I started singing, it was awful. I mean, literally, it was terrible. And I would go and play in places like the Oceanside pub where I knew nobody would be there.
Cutting your teeth all over again, right?
Exactly. Singing songs, and then when I started playing out, literally, people were running out the door.
No way! I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I'm serious. It was awful. And I started getting some progress because eventually they weren't running out; they were just walking. And then I felt even better because then they would I could tell I had reached the next level because then they would finish their drink before they left. Now
progress.
That is progress. It's one of our favorite words here on JNC.
I'm not just saying that for humor's sake. That was literally what was happening. So now I'm to the point where all I've got left to work out is being able to do it in tune, and I'll be right there. And I just wish that I had started singing when I was a kid, because by now I would be actually pretty decent.
But you I mean, we just heard music from you, and it sounded great to me.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm my own worst critic, so.
Well, so with the Kevin McLoughlin band, are you focusing similarly with your other bands on cover tunes, or are you working more on writing your own material, performing some original music?
Yes and yes. But the common theme between the two is playing a song that's a good song that stands on its own as a good song, but then adding a big improvisational aspect to it.
Right. So kind of moving away from that crossbone perfection and kind of getting more in that jam bandy type.
Yep.
I love it, dude.
It's definitely a move away from crossbone because when we were doing Green Grass and High Tides, and it's got that long 35-minute free-for-all jam at the end.
Right.
It sounds like we're up there just banging away, but we were not. We were counting measures and hitting
Sure.
marks and like measure 200 and 375 4 to 246 2 3 4 247 2 3 4.
A lot of math going on.
Yeah.
And that was evident. Like you guys, like I said, when you guys performed your music in Crossbow, I hate going back to Crossbow, but it was my first Inception,
I love that band.
And
those guys are good. We got to go see them.
yeah, for real. When's the reunion, the Crossbone reunion tour again?
We just had one.
I know. I know, and I missed it. I had a double, and I had a little space in between, and it was between going to see you guys play or going home and sleeping for a couple hours, and I had to go and sleep. But that's the truth. It was over at Tipsy Tiki, right?
That's a sign of age.
God, dude.
The next sign of age is that you'll stop buying green bananas because.
I'm telling you, like, I put this blue light on me so that it makes my hair not look as gray as it is. But boy,
is that why the light is blue? No, it is not.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on. These are all my secrets. I'm giving them away right here
You're
today.
beautiful, man.
Thank you. I was fishing for a compliment. Not as beautiful as her.
And you got it.
Oh, not even close. Jordan totally rocks compared to you.
Bless you.
Well, hey, man. You want to play another song for us?
I would love to.
Awesome. I'm so stoked.
Let me play a song from the Crossbone time.
Yeah?
Ooh.
Oh, I'm so excited. Linda, get ready.
Yeah.
So when Crossbone was
Wait,
playing.
Linda, did she have a...
I don't know. She said my favorite song by Crossbone, but I don't know if that's like she's going to say it, or is there a song called My Favorite Song? I don't know.
Yeah, Linda says... I'm trying to go back. She said my favorite song by Crossbone. Well, Linda, you better chime in real quick. He's about to jam something.
It doesn't matter. What Linda has to say is important, but
you probably
I'm gonna
know
play
Linda's favorites.
He's going to play this
I'm
one
going to play
anyway.
this song anyway because it's mine. I wrote this song.
You wrote this song?
Yes, it's the setup on this is that back in the day when Bike Night in Fort Pierce was a big deal.
I remember Bike Night. I might have to pull up a photograph somewhere.
Oh,
Crossbone
boy.
played twice a month there, and on the days that we not when we weren't there, it wasn't like this when we weren't there, but when we were there. There was probably like 1,500, 2,000 motorcycles parked downtown Fort Pierce.
Wow.
And this song is about that. Actually, I'll spill the beans on this song.
Perfect.
Everybody, because I try to keep... One of the things when I'm writing a song is I'm all about, double meanings. And if I can write a lyric that could be taken in like 3 different ways, then that is the best.
Yeah,
I love
those are
it.
cool. Yeah.
This one, everybody thinks it's like about a hooker or like a drug dealer, but it's not. It's about the guy who ran Bike Night. His name was Jim Hicks. He's no longer with us, and I sing this for Jim. He did the raffle, and he had a bud girl there, and she would walk around with her bucket and pay money for the tickets, and then at the end he would have like a bunch of prizes. And then the last prize at the end, he would call it the Minky Stinky. He'd be like, and now for the Minky Stinky. And he would draw the ticket, and then everybody would, find out who won and then leave. Right?
And that was the Minky Stinky.
So this song is called the Minky Stinky Man.
I love it. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin McLoughlin.
Down on the corner, downtown in the street, he sends his girl out, take your money nice and neat. Out on 2nd Street, yes, they know he's the man. He's got your number, what you want is in his hand. Don't miss your chance to get it while you can. From the Minky Stinky Man, yeah. If you play the game, he just might call you out. Everybody's waiting to see how it all turns out. Ain't no use to hide, he can see it in your eyes. And once he's done dealing, we all fire up and we ride. Don't miss your chance to get it while you can. From the Make It Stinky Man, yeah. Don't miss your chance to get it while you can.
The Minky Stinky Man.
That's right.
Awesome, dude. I'm gonna put up a little photo of let me resize it here so that it fits.
That's what you told her.
This is back in the day, probably right around when I would have seen I would have seen you guys down there at bike night, and yeah, oh my God, look at this guy over in that red shirt. Look how young.
Oh boy.
Well, yeah, that was bike night down there, and that's my mom right in the middle there.
Yeah. Look at this guy in the background against the window. Do you know him?
I don't know him. Nobody knows him.
That's awesome.
Nobody wears socks that high.
That's beautiful. And shorts that short. That's awesome.
That brings back memories, man.
Dude, those were great times.
So wait, was that like down where Sailfish is? Or?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, down on that Second Street, all the way down. Yeah. Oh man, we're going way back, Kevin.
Yeah, it was before Sailfish even.
Yeah, I don't even be knowing.
Yeah.
I don't be knowing.
No, you were still playing in the sandbox.
I was still up north.
I don't be knowing. Right, add that to the list. I don't.
You like
I
that
don't
one
be
too?
knowing. Yeah.
I don't be knowing. She writing it down.
I'm
Taking
writing
notes.
it down.
Oh, Christine said she saw my mom right away. Christine, she grew up with me and my sister, so she knew my mom quite well. I guess since I kind of mentioned it earlier, you also have a podcast of your own. Tell me about the McLoughlin Musical Minute.
Well, the McLoughlin Musical Minute. Well, it all started when I was born. No,
It started way back.
to be
when.
brief, no, the McLoughlin Musical Minute is a series of musical interviews. Actually, the way it started was Connie and Kevin from
Good Times.
Good Times. Thank
Yep.
you. Oh, losing my mind.
Join the club.
They,
pal.
they own the Tipsy Tiki now, and they called me over and they said, would you be willing to do a jam night? And I was like, no. But here's what
He said,
No.
absolutely not.
But Christine had this great concept where we could do like a minute-long thing, that interviewing artists, and I'm like, all right, let me put it all together. So what we did was we had a house band play, and then every week we had a guest performer come and front the house band. So we would like learn all their songs, and we would warm up, like the trio would warm up, and then they would do 2 sets. And before it started, I would interview them.
That's so cool.
And like a little 5-minute interview, and then I edited it down to a minute. So I've got a Facebook page called the McLoughlin Musical Minute, and you can see all of those interviews there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And it's when you reached out to me originally, when I first started putting my podcast out there, and you were like, "Yo, I got this thing that I do, the McLoughlin Musical Minute. We should put something together. We should definitely bring it together and work on some things." And I went and I looked immediately to see what you were talking about, and I was like, "This is very cool," because it's very at least the cohesiveness that I saw straight away was that I do a studio static setup, basically. I have my people here and we do things here. You have a remote, almost reporter style podcast, which is very, very cool, a very interesting concept. And what better way to entice people to come in than to give them a great stage and a band to play with. Like, I was blown away. I was like, this guy, he's on that next level. I'm enticing people in with peanuts and booze.
Well,
he's pulling them in with a band.
Booze is a worthy lure. I can tell you that right now. But it turned out to be pretty good. You know,
you guys want to hear my favorite sound real quick?
Absolutely.
Oh man, that went everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, it's on your shirt.
Oh.
Little squirt, squirt.
Hey, that's his line.
That's what she said.
So you just inspired me. I got to do that too.
Yeah.
Whoop whoop.
I do have to throw a massive. Oh my God, I'm disgusting over here.
Clean yourself up.
Oh God. Can't take me anywhere. I'm gonna throw a massive shout out to Hop Life Brewing. Because we are drinking Firehog Red Lagers tonight here. I just popped over to Hop Life this afternoon to grab a delicious 6-pack. And the most wonderful people. I'm so glad. Here you go. Ready? Yeah. That was a much more successful pour. They are open. They are doing curbside. I'm not sure what this whole state lockdown thing is doing for people, but you have all day tomorrow to go and stock up on Hop Life beers. So go do that. Do that. Do
they do growler fills there?
Yep, they do it all, man.
Do it to it.
I even got a to-go beer.
Yeah, so if your hog is on fire, go to the doctor, but you should drink a fire hog.
Yeah. Touche.
Oh, man. So we were actually just listening to this. You told me earlier that your favorite album is Tones by Eric Johnson. So tell me about that record. Why does that touch you the way Michael Jackson touched me?
Too soon.
It touches me in a completely different way. Luckily, give me a moment to recover from that.
Yeah, we didn't know he was going to go there.
I didn't
this
know.
early.
I saw a joke in there. I had to go with it.
Is that guy knocking on the door have an FCC shirt on? What? Well, when Eric Johnson came out, it was like a landmark thing. It changed the world for guitar players like myself because here we are bashing away, getting this raw Marshall guitar sound, and then Eric Johnson shows up and he has the more finesse than a whole bus of ballerinas. And just
I feel I should write that one down too.
Right. Take that note right now.
Yes, add it on. And so like he inspired me. Like it changed my picking technique. He's got this like up and down twist the pick kind of violin sound. It just transcends the equipment that he's using. And on the same album, all like 10 or 15 different guitar playing styles, just unbelievable stuff that nobody even knew could come out of a guitar.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Cliffs of Dover was my very first experience with Eric Johnson. Just as a kid growing up, you know, my dad was all into that kind of stuff. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, so you hear all this stuff and I was like, this guy's not human. Like, and of course I got that in the wave of, it was Eric Johnson, it was Steve Vai, it was we just talked about him. Satriani.
Joe Satriani.
Yeah.
It was like the Marvel universe of guitar playing.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They were comic book guitar players.
Yeah.
Just the most amazing stuff. It's so cool, man. Well, since we're on the I'm sorry, did I interrupt you and not let you finish?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think
what were we talking about?
About what inspired?
No, I told you the whole story. Like the guy just changed the face of guitar with his
that
tone.
record.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, since we are talking about your heroes and influences, I've set up a little game. It's become commonly known. I used to have a. I might be able to pull it up. I used to have a graphic for it, but I think I pulled it off because we didn't use it the last couple of weeks. But we're going to play Name That Tune. What do you think?
I'll take great bands for 1,000, Alex.
And you guys at home can play too. We'll give you, don't blurt it out right away, you guys, but we'll give you a couple seconds at home to catch up with the delay. and let you guess.
Yeah, count to 15 or 20 seconds in your head.
Yeah.
I'll just
So-
not look at the
Maybe.
screen. So
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
don't shout it out too loud. I don't want to get it spoiled.
All right, you guys. So this category of Name That Tune is Kevin McLaughlin's influences. I had a cue card for all this. And it literally says, tonight's category of Name That Tune is Kevin's influences. We'll see how well Kevin knows his musical heroes.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
I have the answers over here, by the way.
Ha, ha, ha.
All right. Are you ready for your first clue?
I hope so.
This isn't the clue.
Yeah, I was going to say, this isn't it.
This is my game show music.
I'll take raves for 1,000.
All right. Ready?
Okay.
First clue. You guys at home are playing. Let me get the volume here sorted out here. And first clue. Ready, Jordan?
Yes.
Wait. He's already got it. Kevin's already got it. He's over there. Oh.
No clapping yet.
We're going to cut that one short.
Okay, again.
We're going to do it one more time.
Yes.
Anybody out there got it?
Let's see.
Kevin's already got it. All right, Kevin. What's the
No
answer?
one said anything.
What's the answer?
Laid Out Sally by Eric Clapton.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely right. Okay. Oh, shit. Shit.
Oh my god. That's a good song though. It's a good song.
You all right?
Yeah, I might need a towel.
What just
Jordan,
happened?
can you run and give me a towel?
Boy.
Spilling the beer. Jack is correct.
Spilling the
Jack
beer.
Hearn has got it. Eric Clapton.
Jack Hearn, well done. Eric Clapton. That beer was not where it should have been.
Oh, man.
Wasting Firehog here.
You only have 6 of them, so.
I'll take that. Thank you.
Now, I've got to say, this tastes different than in the tap, in
And that is something
the can.
that they actually talk about. The cans were a little different
It
when
brings
they are on
out
the tab.
brings out the roasted flavor.
Yep, absolutely.
Imagine that firemen make beer that tastes like stuff that's been burnt.
Right? Yeah, Linda says alcohol abuse. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
You need a handler.
I've put. Yeah, no kidding. I've put this out of that arm's reach.
Just drink it all and
Yeah.
you'll be okay.
Chug.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, are you guys ready for the second clue?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Second clue, you guys. All right. Kevin's like, yeah, I already know. Oh my gosh. You'd think that I was a professional, but I'm not. Not today.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Anybody at home? We'll play it one more time. All right. Well, there's a delay. So Kevin. Oh, Linda says Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Cold Shot.
Yeah, Cold Shot.
Woo.
That's right. Cold Shot.
Oh,
Hard to do on acoustic.
And Jack Hearn, of course, would.
yeah.
Right on. Jack knows his stuff.
Jack knows his stuff.
Yep.
Jack is
He's
Jordan's
musical.
father.
Yeah.
All right, final clue. You ready? Here's the final clue.
Now that's pretty obscure from most people's perspective.
I know, it's funny. We just talked about it. So,
Hey, Roxanne.
Roxanne,
Roxanne, yes. She's all the way from Colorado.
Colorado. Y'all got that good out there.
Colorado.
No. Not Colorado.
No, not Colorado.
All right. We're giving them enough time to answer. What's the answer, Kevin?
Well, if I remember it all that time ago, it's been like 30 seconds since you played it, but I think I think that is Cliffs of Dover by Eric Johnson.
It is Cliffs of Dover. Well done, sir.
We got one. We stumped Jack here.
Yep. Baja.
Oh no, Jack.
And Linda.
Yes, if you're not familiar with
was
it, wait until after the podcast is over and then listen to Cliffs of Dover by Eric Johnson.
Yeah, it's a great tune. It's awesome. It was definitely the first thing that I was introduced, or the first song that I was introduced to with Eric Johnson. Very cool. You were the first person that I've had on the show that has done name this tune that has gotten them all the way through.
Really? Well, you're kind. You made them,
I did make them pretty easy.
My wheelhouse. Like if you were asking stuff about, I don't know, like Taylor Swift or something, I'd have got a 0.
Next time for sure.
And I would have crushed it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, Jordan would have had them all. Well, you guys, we are up at the 9 o'clock hour, which means it's time for
It's 9 o'clock already?
9 o'clock already.
Oh my!
This is going fast.
It always does. It always does. Now you know why we wind up at 11:30 and we're like, oh, we're still here.
Yeah. Well, we got nothing else to do.
All right, you guys. 9 o'clock shameless plugs is the time where we get to shamelessly plug all the things that we got going on, and even Jordan has some things to plug. But we are going to start with our very special guest, Mr. Kevin McLoughlin. Tell us what you got going on, man.
Well, the first thing I want to plug is myself. Take a look if we ever get to play again. I'll have some shows scheduled, right?
Yeah.
The Kevin McLoughlin Band is my musical project that we were talking about, and I am really excited about it. It's a whole lot of fun, and I'm booking anywhere they'll let me in, and so the Kevin McLoughlin Band, you can check it out on Facebook. And the other thing that we talked about, of course, is the McLoughlin Musical Minute.
Yes.
You definitely want to subscribe to that on YouTube and hit the bell so you can get notifications if I ever put out another video. Yeah. But now I got time. I put out 2 last week. So.
Woo.
Nice.
Yeah, the McLoughlin Musical Minute. Good luck spelling that. But you can find it on Facebook. It's connected to all my other pages. And then... with everything what else do I have in the musical realm here? That's pretty much it. And then I've also, because of what's going on out in the outside world here, a lot of people are looking for ways to work from home. If you're interested in that, you can call me. I've got a thing that might be able to help you out. It actually does a positive thing for the world, and you can help yourself not be so screwed.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very cool. Yeah, definitely hit them up if you guys are looking for opportunities.
But yeah, my biggest thing right now is it would be cool to have a lot of people show up and see me play, and I'm playing a lot of originals when I'm going out, so it's much more rewarding. It's one thing to perform a song of somebody else's and do it well, but it's an entirely different world when you play a song of your own that you wrote and it becomes a living, breathing thing, and you've got musicians breathing life into it with you, and then that touches someone and changes what they're feeling and helps them some way, transports them to a place. And that's the real goal with my performances is like if I can bring someone to tears through a performance, that's the ultimate goal, because tears represent the most powerful of every single emotion.
Absolutely.
So like whether it's rage or sorrow or happiness or anything, when you're feeling it as much as you can stand, you're crying.
That's it.
So I want to make the world cry together.
I love it, man. So that means that we're going to be seeing a Kevin McLoughlin album coming soon, yeah?
Yep, we actually are. I've got most of the songs written to get it done. I want to have about 3 or 4 more, so I can pick like 10 of the best out of the 20.
Nice.
And then I'll be putting it out.
I love it.
Sooner than later, hopefully.
Very cool. You guys. Kevin McLoughlin. Shameless plugs. Now we're going to go over to Jordan, who has her own shameless plugs to give to us. Jordan, give us your shameless plug.
Okay, well, I only have two.
Oh. To you this time. I'm so impressed.
I saw one in the comments. So my father, Jack Hearn, said that he's been entering. He has a documentary about his college football team, and they just let me see here. It's called Put Your Hand on the Line, and they won an award at the Houston International Film Festival. So they won another award. They won one in Michigan also, which is where it took place, and they've entered into a whole bunch of places. So he's doing pretty well with that. So congrats. That's really exciting.
Yeah. And just to let you guys know, Put Your Hand on the Line is a documentary of the 1975 Northern Michigan Wildcats football team. The year before, the season before, they were 0-10, completely losing team. And they came back the very next season to win the national championship, and it was a Cinderella story. Wow. And it had a lot to do with some changes in coaching. They got the right people playing the right positions, and they came back and they absolutely dominated that season. So they put together this really, really great documentary that is now being entered in
film festivals everywhere
around the nation, and are winning awards. So kudos to you, Jack Hearn. Jack Hearn was the punter on that team, by the way. That's Jordan's father.
Yes.
So
all right, Jack.
Yeah, all right.
And producer.
And he's the producer of the film as well. So
he's a producer, a kicker, and he knows his music too.
Right?
Right.
He is just the bestest.
So you guys got to go check that film out when it blows up, and you'll see it on ESPN real soon, I'm sure. So
they're trying to get it into the what's it called now? It's not the Grauman Chinese Theater, but the
Man's Chinese Theater.
Yeah, in Hollywood, because my dad lives out in Pasadena. So they're working on getting it in there, which it sounds pretty good, and then in Vegas and a whole bunch of places. So it should be pretty awesome.
It's awesome. Put your hand on the line.
Yep, and it's really good, really cute. And all the little Yooper accents. So that's
so
my
many.
favorite, yeah. And then, second shameless plug is myself and Linda. Hey, Linda, love you. We work at Indian River Select, and if you're not familiar, we make orange juice, grapefruit juice, perfect for now. Get your vitamin C. If you've never had it before, I have free product coupons. Reach out to me or Bradley. We'll get you hooked up. Or I have 55% off. So I'm Coupon Queen. So support us. It's local. It's in Fort Pierce. It's great. All natural, no added sugar, no flavor packets, it's great.
And it's loaded with vitamin C, which is really, really important for what we're all kind of going through right now. So,
and who doesn't like a good glass of OJ with their breakfast?
Absolutely.
So, yes. Once you go Indian River Select, you never go back. So
yeah,
I can vouch for that. And if I can make a suggestion, that stuff is so good.
Right.
It goes so fast. You need to come out with like a 20-gallon container.
I know
gallons.
We keep getting smaller and smaller, and I'm like, we
No,
need to go bigger.
You gotta
and
go
bigger.
bigger. I want like a wheelbarrow with a tank in it and a powered hose to my mouth. That stuff is awesome.
Yep. So I have the connection. So please support us. We are still functioning. We are doing pretty okay. So keep Mama employed. Thanks.
Yeah, for real.
And keep yourselves healthy.
Absolutely. Jordan.
That was good,
awesome,
right?
shameless plugs.
Thank you. Woo.
All right, and it's come to me. It's come to me.
It's good for vodka too. It's good for vodka.
And there it is.
Jack says,
that's the important part.
Screwdrivers, whatever.
All right, you guys. It's come down to me. You guys, first and foremost, please, please, please subscribe to the Brad Brock Music YouTube channel. And, of course, follow Brad Brock Music on Facebook and join the Jams and Cocktails Facebook group. You can search all that there. Thank you all for supporting all of our local artists that have been live streaming their shows. Please continue to support them, as well as your local bars and restaurants continuing their delivery and takeout services, because we're going to need them when this is all over. And that's the absolute truth. I'm going to give a big shout out to my brother Steve with his custom computer builds. He built the computer that I just spilt beer all over.
And it's still running,
yeah,
by the way.
It's still running, so
It's doing great.
that's pretty good. This is the computer that I use here on GNC. Check out some of his work. How about that?
Woo.
I thought I had more shameless plugs. See, what happened is you made me turn all my you made me move around midweek motivation with this.
Oh, God.
And now I lost all my stuff.
Oh, no.
No, it's just fine.
It's fine.
It's just fine. You guys, next week on the show, our special guest is Jeff Farashedian from Treasure Coast Entertainment. He's going to play some tunes and weigh in on the current music scene situation. I'm not sure how it's going to affect him being here in person, but we'll definitely get him Skyped in if that's the last resort that we have. Also, head over to your favorite app store and check out the Brad Brock Music app. It's completely free and loaded with information and fun stuff. Check out some of the features here. Also, don't worry about how many phones there are. The phones are not included. There's so many phones.
Deal breaker.
Oh, yeah, that is completely free from the App Store. Please check it out. It's a labor of love. And I'm very excited about the song request feature that is on there once we get back to performing live, because that's super cool. You put in a request. You can see my whole song list. You put in a request right there on the app, and it comes to me while I'm standing on stage, and I can see it and play it, right? It's pretty cool, right? Right from the app. So check that out, you guys. I also want to give a huge shout out once again to our friends from Hop Life Brewing in Port St. Lucie. We're drinking their Firehog Red Lager tonight. Check them out. Continue to support them during this tough time. You can order from them online and pick it up curbside at your convenience. So that is it for my shameless plugs. Yeah. Thank you. You're far too kind. Far too kind. All right, you guys.
You know, the expense you must go to get these people in here to clap like that is just mind-boggling.
I know. I put them in the rafters, and I just feed them and give them some booze, and then there we are. Yeah, Sarcy just chimed in. No, Sarcy, you're the best. Thank you guys for still being out there and giving us what we need. We need that Hop Life beer. We need that beer. So, would you like to play one of these original songs that you're talking about?
Well, I would love to, actually, and I've got one that's fresh out of the oven, actually.
Oh, don't play that! Don't play that one yet.
No, okay. Well, then I'll hold it off. Rewind.
Let me explain why I'm being selfish.
Okay.
It's because I'm going to use this opportunity to use the little boy's room.
Oh, okay. So,
but I want to hear the song.
Well, I'm flattered then, because you heard it once and you want to hear it again.
I do want to hear it again. Oh man.
So I'd like to preface this by saying, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and Brad and I have been communicating on Facebook Messenger, and I was like, hey, I just wrote a new song. I'd like to play it on your show, and there was silence on the other end, and and I just know for a fact, being someone who puts together stuff, Brad was going, fuck, he's gonna do a song nobody's ever heard it before. What are we gonna do? This is gonna, I don't know what. And being the awesome person that he is, he texted back, I love exclusives.
That's accurate.
So
You're not supposed to know those secrets about me, but that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, okay. I could just hear you thinking, even through the internet. It was like, oh my gosh, this guy's gonna no. He's trying to find a way to say, oh God, no, don't do that.
I love exclusives, though. I do. I love them.
But that's why I wanted to play it before we started, so you could be like, oh, okay, or you could say, oh yeah,
it's a good one.
I was right, man. No, you can't play that.
No, it's a great tune. I love it.
Okay, so I'm not gonna play it.
But you are going to play it later.
I'll play it later. But
Love
this is like one of my new favorite songs of mine. So I'm going to play it.
Awesome. You guys, give it up for Kevin McLoughlin.
Went into town just to see what I could see. I didn't mind trying to find what I could find. I believe what I found for the life of... All right, hold on a second. We got to change the camera angle here, man. What the heck's going on? You know, it's all about me, man. What about my self-esteem? Come on.
I turned my mic off. I didn't turn... I don't even know how that happened. It was on you.
You got your glasses on and everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin McLoughlin.
All right. Whew. It's a good thing. All right. Wait a minute. Yeah, because I'm looking up.
They let me drink on this show.
Yeah. Jams and... I mean, what is... Is it me? Like he spilled his beer? He can't press a button? What's going on?
Constant professional here, you guys.
All right, yeah, absolutely. So, wait, what were we doing? Yeah, because and Christine, who is like the love of my life, she's awesome. She gives me a hard time because I am hopelessly hypnotized by the television, and there's a giant one right in front of me, like with me on it. So it's like I'm doing my best not to look, and here I am playing a song, and then I look up, and then like Brad is picking his nose on.
I know. Yeah, I was trying to.
I'm really glad I wasn't doing something completely ridiculous.
Yeah. I was trying
to adjusting my junk or something, or standing straight up to Justin.
Did you watch me like give him hints? I was like,
yeah, like she did.
Well, I didn't know what the hell you were talking about. She's over here. She's like this. Like show them what you were doing. You're on the screen. So funny. Anyway, sorry about that, you guys. We're gonna put somebody much more beautiful on the screen.
Well, it's got to be Jordan, because she's got us outdone in that category for sure. Both of us put together. For sure. All right, so cut back to rewind. Don't forget the last 45 seconds.
We'll cut all that out in post.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, right. Oh, all right, so all right, I'm not nervous. It's okay. Here we go. Went into town just to see what I could see. Yeah. I didn't mind trying to find what I could find. Could not believe what I found for the life of me. I had a fine old time that just blew my mind. Getting down on the town when I heard that sound. That's the time when I found you. I've got the vibe, now I'm trying to stay in time. I'm in the groove, but I'm trying to keep my cool. I'm trying to sing and I've gotta keep that rhyme. I'm in the zone and I'm trying to hold my own, yes. And then down on the town when I heard that sound, yeah. And that's a time when I found you. Yes, I can tell 'cause my mama didn't raise no fool. That you could see something's lighting up in me. Yes. I found the secret to the vibe down deep inside. I found a mojo for my music, gonna use it on you. I'm getting down on the town when I heard that sound. Yeah, that's a time when I found you. Yeah, getting down on the town when I heard that sound. That's a time when I found you.
How about that for timing?
That was perfect. I was like, cool, I'm going to get to play the whole song. He's not back yet.
I'm not going to lie. That was a pretty long pee. I was even standing there. I was like, okay. Anytime now.
You know, I was like trying to make up a fourth verse just in case.
Oh, let's see here.
Yeah, I was going to be like, and cue another song. Go again.
Yeah, I was like, all right, what song do I want to play next? And I thought of one.
Ooh.
Sorry, you guys keep talking. I'm just texting over here like a jackass. No, I'm just kidding. I'm connecting here with Tony Espinosa for Midweek Motivation here in just a few.
It's about that time.
Yeah, we're gonna get him live here on Skype.
Oh
Sweet.
Man, Tony,
Which
are
is
you
fun.
feeling confident
Oh,
about this?
look, he just popped in.
Ooh,
He's a
yeah.
my man.
Right on.
Boop, boop.
Yeah.
Is he
was like,
feeling confident?
well, it's so funny. I am going to share this text. He's such a lovely guy. He said, I'm logging on now just to make sure we get connected. He said, can I connect without going on the show just to make sure it works? No, we're just going to go fly by the seat of our pants here.
Well, it feels like we are. But that's the fun part.
Yeah.
But before...
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Oh.
Are you over there pressing buttons again?
I am.
Good
I am.
It's the beer. It's not your fault. The beer's in the buttons.
I'm telling you. So what's happening is Skype currently is updating.
Oh, excellent timing.
So I'm going to take this opportunity to get another beer. Look at Jordan for a minute.
Oh, yes. That's what you got to add that to the
Hello.
show. We're going to have the look at Jordan moment.
Do you like this braid I learned today on TikTok?
Yeah.
It's called the princess braid. It's very easy because I do not know how to do these things.
I'm going to try not to spill this
But
one
anyway.
all over the place.
Actually, I know you're nervous because it's the first time on the show where you're actually not wearing pants, so you can't fly by the seat of them.
Yeah. Good thing you didn't get up when you had all that camera time.
Yeah. That's something I didn't know about the show is that nobody in here is wearing pants except me. We're kind of wild.
Yeah, that's part of the deal. You didn't know that? I thought I put that in the rider.
I didn't get the no pants memo. I didn't want to embarrass anybody else.
Aw.
You guys ready?
Better.
It was better this
Better.
time. It
That
didn't
was
go
good.
all over me this time. All right. So we got a few minutes before we get Tony. Before we get Tony here and in. So I'm gonna resurrect a segment that I had. I started with Chris Springer because it was actually the week that James Lipton, the renowned host of Inside the Studio or Inside the Actor Studio, passed away at the ripe old age of 93 years old. I could only hope to live as long as this man. So I watched recently an episode of this. There you go, my man. I watched recently an episode to see just how he asked these questions, and I realized that I could never ask them as well as he could. So we're going to ask Kevin the series of interview questions that James Lipton asked his guests on Inside the Actor Studio to get his rapid fire answers. But nobody could do it better than James Lipton himself. So, with that being said,
We brought him back.
we brought him back to life just for this segment. And we call it, lovingly, the Lipton Tea. Kevin, are you ready?
Let me check. Almost. Hold on.
Yeah!
Now I'm ready.
All right. Mr. Lipton, Fire away.
What is your favorite word?
My favorite word is yes.
What is your least favorite word?
No.
No.
What turns you on?
Yeah, what turns you on, big
Amazingly hot naked women.
boy? Amazing.
What turns you off?
Negativity.
Oh,
Nice.
that's a good, yeah.
What sound or noise do you love?
Whatever sound someone makes when they are suddenly uncontrollably happy.
I like that.
What sound or noise do you hate?
The sound of small barking dogs. I hate that.
I agree.
What's your favorite curse word?
Fuck.
Yes. Same as Chris Springer, I think. Or
Yeah.
no, was Chris's was shite? No, I think fuck was his.
I say shite a lot, but fuck
What's
is
your
so...
favorite curse word?
Yeah, I think Chris's favorite word was shite.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ah, yes. Well, the 4-letter F word is such a utility
I
word.
know, it really is. So many emotions.
What profession other than your own would you like to practice?
Porn star. No.
And the truth comes out.
No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't want to do... No, I consciously chose not to become a porn star because you can get burned out on anything.
I suppose.
No, what... if I didn't do what I... Honestly, if I didn't do music like I do, I would go back to being in production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back into audio production and
Yeah.
doing that. It's great, man. And that's super cool. Because it's still like so interconnected and that's why I feel like we're symbiotic. Anybody in the entertainment business.
Yeah, to work in it's really an organism, a collection of professionals all doing unrelated jobs, but every single one equally important to put out a product. It's an amazing experience when it works right.
Right, when it works right. All right.
What profession would you absolutely not like to attempt under any circumstance?
Right now, doctor.
Oh, God, yeah, right. Could you imagine?
No, I don't want to even think about it.
And his most famous question to ask and to end out his interviews.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Welcome, come on in.
Yeah. And that is the Lipton tea. Thank you so much, Kevin. Thanks for playing along. That was the first time I did that segment in that sort of way. So I hope you guys enjoyed that.
I've always wanted to be interviewed by James Lipton.
Yes, and thank you, James Lipton, for coming back from the grave. I'm sure that somebody on Facebook or YouTube is going to send me a nasty email saying I can't use his voice, but we'll
sure.
cross that bridge when we get there.
Everything's negotiable. I'm sure James's family would be happy to charge you to let you use his voice.
No doubt. Well, you guys, I guess before we go any further, Tony, if you want to give me a call on Skype, I'd love to do a midweek motivation. So give me a call, brother, and we'll get that going on. I'm so excited to have him live on the show, you guys. I guess I can get rid of that. I guess while we're waiting on that call to come in, I'll preface by saying my friend Tony, we're going to put him... Oh, you can hear me. Tony, give me a second. I'm going to put you on hold, brother. I can hear you. I can hear you just fine. Could you turn... you guys, my friend Tony, he's a leadership coach and mentor. He studied under the legendary John Maxwell. Tony spent 25 years in the service industry. He was a producer for the Love Doctors radio show, and now he's here to get us motivated through the rest of this week. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tony Espinosa. And I got a little video for him. Tony, what's up, man? I can't see you. I can hear you. Can you hear me, man? Hang on a second. I think I messed up some settings earlier, so give me 1 second. Good. Hang on, this is technical difficulties. I love him for that.
Ooh.
There you go. Finally.
Full participation at last.
Oh,
I'll write that down. Full participation at last.
Okay. Writing it down.
Where? I know. I turned something off when we were talking last night, and now I can't find it. Finally, I figured it out. There you are, Tony Espinosa.
Now, where are you?
I know.
Hey, Connie.
I turned something off when we were talking last night, and now I
that's
can't
all
find
right.
it.
I can watch myself. Ah, there you are.
There you are. Hey, listen, I'm going to need you to turn your laptop speakers down just a hair.
Like that?
Just like that. It's perfect. Brother, how you doing, Tony? What's going on, man?
Where are you?
We were talking last night, and now I can't find it.
I can watch myself. Ah, there you are.
There you are.
All right,
Hey,
so-
listen, I'm going to need you to turn your laptop speakers down.
Okay, hold on. So can you hear me? Because there's like a delay.
Yeah.
Just like I can hear you. I need you to turn you got to turn your volume down on your laptop.
Let me close Facebook.
Oh yeah, you got to turn that Facebook off. Oh yeah, Facebook is the demon right here.
No double dipping.
That makes much more sense.
Oh, there we go. Now everything's working.
Oh my god, it's so beautiful now.
Facebook is trying to hack. Can you hear me now? Can I turn my volume back up?
Yeah, you could definitely do that.
Good.
You could turn
All
it
right,
back
we're
up. Ladies and
All right,
gentlemen,
hit it up.
Tony Espinosa. Tony, give us some love.
Oh, no.
Get us through this midweek here, man, in this time that we're in.
Oh man, it's crazy. We're going through some crazy times. I know a lot of people are out there just sitting at home, being alone, not like just stirring in your own, just like, ugh, like you're not mad, but you're upset, but you're not angry, but you're pissed. You know, it's like one of those deals. So just remember, keep in mind, we're gonna get through this. It's something we've never had to deal with, not as a Republican, Democrat, American, Mexican, whatever you are. This is the first time we've had to deal with this as a human race. So we're strong, we're resilient, we're gonna get through this. But something to think about while you're sitting there, just with nothing to do and you just want to pass time. And you can clock in and tune into yourself and think about one thing. Your life can be a story. Your life can be whatever story you want it to be. You can write your own story. So what I mean by that, like whatever you move starts to move towards you. Meaning once you start living an intentional life and working in your sweet spot, people will start to notice and doors start opening. So if you start like Brad, you start playing music, all of a sudden people are asking you to come play at their spot.
Right.
You're a perfect example of you're moving towards something and then you're starting to get doors opening, but you're never going to get anything if you don't start doing it. If you don't start moving towards it,
Right,
if you don't
right.
start working the system and you start putting into place and taking the steps to get what you want to go. And how do you start doing that? You dream big, but you start small. You have a huge dream on what you want to accomplish, but it's not going to happen today. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's going to take time and it's going to take perseverance and you're going to have to work at it. So you start those small things every little day. Every day you start something smaller and you continually, intentionally do that small thing every single day. Whether it's from now on you're waking up every day 8 a.m. No matter what's going on, no matter how you feel, 8 a.m. you're out of bed. You take those small steps and you incorporate them into your life every single day. And every day, all of a sudden it becomes second nature. Now you're always doing that. Then you incorporate something else that's a little small and something else that's a little small. And over months, over years, you're doing these things naturally, so subconsciously you don't even know you're operating at a different level. All of a sudden your dreams, your goals are closer to you. And what's going to be the support for that? You put people first. Put other people first. Now, take care of yourself. I'm not saying support other people. I'm not saying take care of other people. But when you start looking at other people, like, hey, Brad Brock, I remember when you were, we were working at Duffy's together and we were both fed up. And you were like, why don't you just go out there and just start preaching to people anytime they open an ear. And I'm like, why don't you just start playing guitar whenever you have the opportunity.
Right,
and now
absolutely.
start doing it, and then it just becomes nature. Then one door opens, and then you start putting other people's priorities before yours. Then they're definitely, as soon as you help other people reach their goals, now they're going out of their way to help you reach yours.
Yep.
Take care of
Absolutely.
the other. And what kind of people? Like-minded people. You want to surround yourself with people that are doing what you want to be doing, and then you want to look for people that are in your shoes 2 years ago. So you find mentors doing what you want to do, and what you learn from them, you turn around and teach to other people. Because when you teach once, you learn twice. And every time you give a lesson, you're reassuring yourself about that lesson, and you're reteaching it to yourself, and you listen to your mentors, and you think about it, then you turn around and you tell someone else about it. And now you got people behind you that love what you're saying, and they want to do what you're doing, and you want to do what these people are doing, and now you're surrounded by like-minded people.
That's absolutely right. And I want to touch on one thing that you mentioned when you said, and it brought to mind something that you had told me a long time ago, to seek to understand when you're dealing with other human beings. And when you do that, it makes it much easier to be kind to them.
Seek first to understand and then be understood. It's the fifth habit from Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He's one of my favorite mentors. I love that guy. He was awesome. He brought me down a long path. But yes, you're absolutely right. That's probably the one habit of his, or the one lesson that I tried to and I intentionally use every time I'm in any kind of situation dealing with another human being and their thoughts, opinions, and feelings. But you must seek first to understand and then be understood. And why is that important? Because nobody cares what you have to say if you don't care what they have to say.
Exactly. If you're just waiting for your chance to talk without listening to what the other person is saying, it's just like mouth diarrhea, really.
100%. Yeah, because you hit it on the head. There's two people in this world, two kinds of people in this world. Those that are waiting for their turn to talk, and those that are listening to connect and understand you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And what's the physical equivalent to so understanding, being felt understood is an emotional attachment. What's the physical equal to that attachment? Is breathing air.
Yeah.
So like now, if you couldn't breathe, if you lost all the air in this room, if all of us lost all the air in this room, we would stop watching the video. We would break a window. We'd do whatever we can to get air. We wouldn't care about anything else in the world at all until we could breathe again. But once we start breathing again, our focus goes back to the show and back to learning and back to what we're watching. So once a satisfied need is gotten and fulfilled, it doesn't matter. It doesn't motivate anymore.
And it's a very interesting point that you bring up, because I feel like that's very, very relevant right now with what we're going through. Right now, we're all focused on washing our hands and staying at home and doing all these things and all these things that, we should have been doing all along. But now we're focused on it. So when all of this goes away or subsides and we go back to our regular lives doing the things that we do regularly, it's important to keep in mind all of these important things that we're now placing all this emphasis on to carry that forward. I think that's real learning, is to make sure that we're washing our goddamn hands after all this is said and done. And that's just an example, of course, but with anything in life,
But you nailed it. You're exactly 100% right. These are things that we've been talked about for years. Every cash register you're at, there's hand sanitizer right next to the debit card. How many people ever used it? Most gas stations sell them for 50 cents at the register because you just touched a gas handle and you're inside dealing with money.
Yeah.
How many people actually buy that? When I go to the gas station, the jar is always full. And there's these little tiny hand sanitizers. You keep one in your car. How many people have one in their car? Just little things, little processes that have been put in place, but we haven't taken advantage of them. And now it's overkill.
Right.
People come in at my job, and we have, we're running very low, but I notice people now, and they'll hit the hand sanitizer 6 times.
Right. Just a total overkill.
Much. All you need is like half a squirt, and you're good for both hands all the way up to your forearms on one squirt. the people are like, wait, it's like, and now I'm thinking because it's not available, I'm like, hey, dude, it's $5 a pump.
You're right. Capitalism.
The next time that guy comes by, same person that's 6 pump dude, now he's 1 pump. Right. But now they're conscious of it. It's like it's always been out there. It's always been available. But we just as a go now kind of society, it doesn't really matter. It didn't care, even though it did matter. But now it's on high alert. So you're absolutely right. I was talking to one of my colleagues today, and I was like, you're gonna watch. Like even once we get ahead of this, and life goes back to normal. Remember 5, 10, 20 years, every time you see a movie or a news reporter in China or Japan, you see hundreds of people in the back, not everyone, but a lot of people in the background wearing masks. That's going to be our society after this happens. You're going to see a lot of people, probably the elderly, when they're at the grocery store, even once we get over this, they're going to be wearing masks because this isn't going away forever. We'll get ahead of
course not. Yeah.
It'll always be around. So it's, like you said it. You said it. It's stuff we've always had, but now we're going to be more conscious of it.
And we should be. And that's really the lesson in all of this is that with everything that's going on, it's important that we remain conscious about not just for our own selves, but for the people around us. I think we need to be more conscious about human beings as a society.
Be more intentional.
And be more which is one of my favorite lessons that I've taken from you time and time again is being intentional with the things that you do in life. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's one of my favorite lessons to teach.
Tony Espinosa, you are a gem. Thank you. I'm so glad that we got this figured out and we got this going. That was my fault, by the way, 100%. And I'm always glad to have you on the show. Let's have you on live more. I do love putting your videos on, but I love to have you here in person or at least on the Skype to have a chat with you. Tony Espinosa, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, brother. I love you.
Love you, Tony.
Tony, we'll see you soon, brother. Tony Espinosa.
Woo.
My man. I cut him off. I'm sorry.
The most ridiculous thing I had to do, and I saw someone post about it today too. I occasionally work at an assisted living facility, and they got it all on lock, obviously, and all that good stuff, taking precautions. I'm kind of like nurse in training, taking temperatures, doing things. But when family members bring in stuff like grocery bags of stuff, they literally are, and packages, like if Amazon comes in or whoever, we have to take sanitizer wipes and wipe the boxes down.
Oh, sure.
Wipe grocery bags. I'm like, I'm literally wiping grocery bags down with sanitizer wipes right now. Like, this is my life today. This is what I'm doing. And like boxes. I'm like, how do you properly wipe down a box? I'm like, this feels really...
But what's crazy?
Should we be doing this all the time? Am I don't know. Like, do we wipe down each individual item in the bag? Like, I don't know. I'm just like, this is a weird, interesting thing to. It
is, and it is unique.
Do.
And I mean, I guess since we're here touching on it, it is unprecedented. It is something that we are the first human beings to live through something like this while also being as connected as we are, because people through time have been going through plagues and sicknesses and unsolved mysterious sicknesses. They've been doing it since the beginning of time, since time was unrecorded. We are now in a place or a place in time in our society as human beings where we can speak to one another just like we're doing now to masses of people, to our groups. We never have to leave our houses. We are connected. We have information spoon-fed to us 100% of the time, at any time. This is an incredible time to live through something like this because this has never been done before. We've never been so informed about the things that are happening to us.
We are making history, folks.
It's absolutely true. They'll teach us in history books, and we're a part of it, and it's very interesting. But I am. What's up, Austin? Thanks for tuning in, brother. I am also in talking to Sarcy earlier at Hop Life Brewing. I'm so proud of our community, particularly how they have come together to support not only the local businesses that have had to scale back their regular business to just do the bare minimum to get by, and it's still providing for us, but the artists that have gone on to do live streaming shows and things like that, and the people coming out of the woodwork to throw money and do their part to keep these people viable through this.
Yeah.
And that to me speaks volumes about the music scene and the community that we have here on the Treasure Coast. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so impressed by you. Thank you so much. Kevin, I had the pleasure of watching you over there, listening to Tony and everything. I guess since we're here on this part, man, weigh in. What do you think?
Well, what Tony's talking about, I mean, he's 100% right, but when we go back to normal, it'll be a new normal.
Yes.
It will be a different normal than the old normal. And it's, there's an old, I don't know if it's a curse or a blessing, but it's, may you live in interesting times.
Yeah. It's an old adage.
There you go. And, this is interesting times we live in. Interesting.
I think that kind of walls up to a little song that you wanted to play earlier, and I said, hold off. Because
this is the moment.
Yes, because this is the moment. Oh, wait, no, it's better with
some people wait a lifetime.
This is the moment.
Yes. He's not just back there spilling beers and pressing the wrong button. He's got a master plan.
Yeah, he sometimes gets the right button. That was the right button.
And listen, and you would be the right one to say that. Like, write that down. He sometimes hits the right button.
Sometimes the right button. 50% of the time, all the time.
There you go. No, seriously, he sometimes hits the right button.
Sometimes hits the right button.
We have to make a song with all of these phrases.
Yep, that's one of those phrases that could be taken about 37 different ways.
All right, Kevin, I'm very excited for you to share this song with everybody. So no pressure or anything.
No, I'm not putting any pressure on myself either. But I just want to explain this real quick. I just wrote this song on Monday. It's Wednesday.
Wow.
Monday night, and I finished it yesterday morning. And so if I totally, screw it up, it's because I haven't really learned it yet. But, it's Prince that said that songs are like children, and sometimes your children are ugly.
What a wise man.
How about that? Fucking Prince.
Oh, genius. So I think this is a good song. That's why I brought it. But if I play it ugly, it's my fault, not the song's. I remember going downtown to meet the gang, have a beer, chase some girls, and we just hang. Well, that just seems a million miles away, nothing like today. We're having the time and things don't look too good right now, but we're gonna be fine, 'cause nothing keeps us down. On down the line, we'll come back together. But for now, all we have to share is waiting on the weather. Waiting on the latest news. Who knows what's really going on? Even the church has empty pews. The silence roars on. We're laying low to wait for better weather. We're all alone, but we're all in this together. Yeah, we're having a time. Things don't look too good right now, but we're gonna be fine, 'cause nothing keeps us down. On down the line, we'll come back together. But for now, all we have to share is waiting out the weather. I always wanted much more time at home. Collect my thoughts and just be left alone. Now that I can, all I want is to get out. I don't know why we only want what we ain't got, but this much I know. We're having a time, and things don't look too good right now, but we're gonna be fine. Nothing keeps us down. On down the line, we'll come back together. But for now, all we have to share is waiting out the weather. But for now, all we have to share is waiting out the weather.
You know, Linda took the words right out of my mouth. She said that could be the next "We Are the World."
No kidding.
Seriously, what a great tune, man. That was.
Yeah.
It's exactly. Obviously, the song was inspired by current events. Yeah. Clearly.
Yes, no question.
And I just love the hook. All we have to share is waiting out the weather, and that's where we're at. You know, we're all just kind of in some sort of holding pattern, waiting out the weather. It's a very great song, man. I'm super impressed.
Yeah, thank
Awesome.
you. On Monday I was driving and it just hit. I looked out the window, and it just hit me like a brick in the face. It was like, you know what? We're all together in being alone.
Yeah. No, I like that.
Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and I've got to tell you, for those of you who are listening, like, this is horrifically nerve-wracking. I just wrote this song, and like the paper is still warm from the printer. Like, I didn't even know if it was going to be good or not. And kind of like the like, let's say you just found yourself standing naked in the middle of the crowd. That's kind of what that felt like. But I think it's kind of good. If it really, when you're in the zone, when it's just like it's coming out of you by itself, and you're just kind of watching yourself do it, and that actually happened right there. So that's pretty cool.
Right. It's like that existential kind of
the out of body experience.
Do you know Mark?
Mark
Kowalski?
I do know Mark. Is Mark watching?
He said great song.
Yeah, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
And Linda did too.
Oh, you guys
Said
are
great
awesome.
song.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it first right here on Jams and Cocktails.
I do love
We should keep an tracker, like
we
a tally in the corner that's like ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, let me do that again so it comes across right. You heard it first right here on Jams and Cocktails.
jams and cocktails. No, I would break that.
And we're done.
I would break that counter for sure. However, coming up soon, once we get Amazon back, you guys.
Oh no, you suck.
I know. I'm actually going to wear a shock collar and give Jordan over there. She's going to get the key or the remote, and every time that I decide to take a pause and go, I'm gonna get my shit shocked
So by the end of the episode, he won't be fazed by it.
Yeah,
at
my
all.
heart will definitely be stopped. So
You heard it here first.
It'd be
Shock collar
So cool.
is coming.
it'll be good I don't know who our guest is going to be, but they're going to be like,
What is
I'm
happening?
never going back to Brad Brock's show again. He's a masochist.
Yeah. And I got some high praise from Linda just now. She said that's bacon worthy. Linda knows that my all-time favorite food is bacon.
Yeah, she knows this.
I just love to eat bacon. I'll eat bacon no matter who's looking.
No, no matter who's like. Have you heard of those people who are like, I don't like bacon. I don't like cheese. Like, who are you?
I'm cool.
What do you
I'm
do?
good with
I'll
that.
eat it
More
for
for-
you.
more for me.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's
yeah.
like, are you missing a chapter of life? Why would you do that to yourself?
Well, it's
That's
America.
terrible.
You can do whatever the hell you
That's
want.
so sad. That's like so American, though. Cheese, bacon.
That's one thing.
Ugh.
I got a great tangent for us to go on to. Like,
Love it. Ready. I'm ready for a tangent.
there's a massive disconnect now that we live in like a modern futuristic society. There's a massive disconnect between people and farms, and kids have no idea like what's a chicken. Like, no, it's not a sandwich, it's an animal. Like the fact that when you introduce someone who doesn't realize that like used to walk around, it freaks them out.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I do know those people. Yeah.
You gotta like when I was a kid, I was lucky enough. I grew up in Fort Pierce, Florida, and like my kindergarten field trip was to MacArthur Dairy on
Yeah?
Orange Avenue.
Oh my God.
When it actually was there.
When it was there.
and we got to go and see where milk comes from.
Yeah, and like how to make like 1 gallon of milk, what you have to do to get that.
Yeah.
We did a field trip where you had to like churn butter yourself. That shit sucked. That was awful. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, my arm is going to fall off.
My favorite type of people are the boneless chicken people. You ever have somebody say, I don't like chicken with bones? And
Yeah.
it's like, you understand that this creature had all the bones,
Unless
right?
it's not real chicken.
I mean, you call it what you want. If it's meat of any
The
kind,
meatless chicken, the Morning Star.
Like fresh meat, like right off of the farm. It's like freaking awesome.
so, I don't like chicken wings because I don't like the bones. It's like, well, all that chicken that you're eating came off a bone somewhere.
Some point in
Well,
time.
if you can pay for someone to pull the bones out for you, go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, just don't live in denial.
In a fantasy land, that chicken is not really an animal that used to peck you in the feet and go,
Yeah.
make huge,
Chicken in the bread pan picking out
Yeah.
dough.
making unwelcome, annoying sounds all day.
All
Cockadoodle
day.
do.
Yeah, Linda said brown cows is where you get chocolate milk, right?
Yeah.
That's right. My favorite is the scene in Willy Wonka, the new version, where they're whipping the cows, and the kid gets it. He's like, whipped cream? He's like, yeah.
Badun-dunch. You need the badun-dunch.
How can you possibly make whipped cream if you're not whipping the cows?
That was a funny scene. What a dark film, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good for a remake or prequel or whatever it was
Yeah,
supposed to be.
I think that was the best packaging of insane weirdness I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Leave it up to Johnny Depp, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Johnny Depp was in it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Augustus Scoop.
I steal that line all the time. It's like, mumble, mumble, mumble. Little boy, you really shouldn't mumble.
This one's for Mike at Vine and Barley.
My life be like,
We got to do the Dark Crystal thing.
Oh, you didn't get it on him,
Oh,
Jordan.
I'm sorry.
Ready?
Right.
That was fun. We've never done that before on JNC.
Oh, it's kind of like when you're in those cars with like the subwoofer things. Like I kind of felt my chest like go a little like.
Have you guys
You know?
ever seen Private Parts from Howard Stern, the movie?
I
Howard
was gonna
Stern
say I
movie?
try to see them as often as possible.
There's a great scene in that film where Howard Stern, because in the begining of his career, his radio shows were pretty provocative. They still are.
In
but
the middle and in the end as well.
Yeah. Yes. So there was one scene in the film where this girl calls up and she wants him to turn her on. So I'm paraphrasing, but he tells her to lay her stereo speaker on the ground and straddle it. And he just goes, Best scene of the whole film.
Is that how we
Really?
Best scene of the whole film. Because
I need to watch this. I think I saw it a long time ago, but I was
Oh
probably,
my god,
I was drinking too much. I couldn't see.
it's really good. It's worth a watch.
Private Parts. Now is that on Netflix?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Netflix and chill. I'll be.
I'm not sure if it's on Netflix.
It wasn't Robin, was it?
No, Robin came along much later. This is way in the
way
beginning.
before. I saw that movie years and years ago. It shows him I've seen it, but I don't remember that scene. So
Oh yeah,
must be near the end where I was like hammered.
I think it was in the beginning.
At the beginning, maybe I missed the beginning.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I saw that film because my grandparents had HBO and Showtime, and they had no idea what it was, and I was young at the time, so I would just wait for them to go out and smoke cigarettes, and I would sit and watch HBO and Showtime at their house, and it was on because that movie had to come out in '98, maybe.
Fact check.
Yeah, we live in the future.
Jordan's over there fact checking.
Got it.
Jordan's got the sum total of human knowledge in her hands.
But I was pretty young at any rate, and yeah, no.
So you liked it. So you went out and bought a huge stereo system.
Just so I could straddle it.
Yeah.
No, Howard Stern is a huge influence.
1997.
97. I was close.
Good call. Good call.
Not bad, right?
Yeah.
The guy changed radio forever, and I'm so privileged to be living in a time where he's still out there doing his thing, and just as great as he's always been.
Does he still do things?
He runs a radio show every day.
He's got station.
He's got a whole station on XM radio.
He made a landmark
really?
deal with non-terrestrial radio that changed the face of
well, I
of
thought that was in like
broadcasting.
early 2000s. I thought he was like done. I don't know. I used to watch him on like E late night. And
He's
still doing that?
He is.
Oh,
he's
I didn't
still
know he was
doing his
still
thing.
like
yeah, they're still out there.
Howard Stern's got it going on.
Nice.
Howard. Oh, that's crazy. We might.
I
have
didn't
to,
know. Yeah,
We might have to watch
I thought is
some
Robin
late night.
still with him?
Yeah, Robin's still there. She's great.
Aw,
Isn't that
that's
funny?
Cute. Yeah, I like that.
I mean, the show has evolved into something that's just so incredible now. Like
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah, their sets are so great, and they're just so honed in and so polished. It's
He has
awesome.
a great voice.
He does. He has that very like New York Jew voice, and it's so perfect for talk radio.
Yeah, but deep.
I want him to tell me or read me bedtime stories.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's so good.
Is that only because of your experience with Michael Jackson, or is
or is
independent?
that just in general? Because
it's because of that experience with Michael Jackson.
it's definitely better than Michael Jackson reading you bedtime stories for sure.
So did he let you ride the merry-go-round too?
He let me ride the merry-go-round 2. He let me ride the merry-go-round 3.
Ooh.
Just all up the numbers.
4, 5, and 6.
You want to have a blues jam?
Heck yeah.
Together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Linda said trivia. What is Robin's last name?
Oh, that's good trivia.
Givens.
Oh.
Right?
Oh,
Is that
that
right?
sounds right. I don't know. Linda, is it right?
Tell us. Look it up, Linda. Tell us what her last name is. I think it's Givens.
That sounds right. That sounds like a name.
Ooh.
Let's see.
Hang on, I'm setting up our little randomizer here. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, no, I think that is an actress. Is that her?
Robin Givens. Yeah, she's an
actress.
She's
but
an
that's
actress.
Not her.
It's not her.
Oh, yeah.
Bummer.
But it kind of looks like her, but younger. She cute.
Robin Givens. Robin.
All right. I'm gonna let you take the lead on. I'm just gonna do some little diddling around. How's that sound?
Cool.
Diddlin'.
You start it off, and I'll join in. So everybody, I have talked Brad into breaking out his guitar because he's a guitar player. And I was watching the show like a week or two ago, and he expressed a dry spell in his creativity. So I'm trying to goad him into being more creative and musical tonight.
And I appreciate it. I do. But it also requires me to...
He's pressing buttons. Look out. Where's your beer? Getting off the edge.
It's empty.
Okay, good. Oh, no, that's not good. You got to get a refill.
Yeah, how about that?
So should we improvise some guitar soloing or some words? Like what phrases do we have? How about we play the words and then Jordan, you read off the stuff that we have written down so far over the top of the music.
I love this. This is a great segment.
You can sing William Shatner style.
I really hope I wrote them down correctly.
It doesn't matter. If we mess it up, it'll probably be
Kind of
even
doesn't
better.
matter at this point. I love this.
In
whole-
no particular
this whole
order,
idea.
right? Just like whatever fits in, whatever I feel. Okay.
Exactly.
So how do you want to run this? Or I mean, what key do you want to do this in?
Whatever you like, do what you are comfortable with, and I will follow you right behind.
Let's do this. Let's do this in A.
A is my favorite key.
All right. See, now I have this little thing where it's just gonna continuously change the.
Oh, good idea.
You don't even need me anymore.
I don't even need you anymore, babe.
Robin's last name is Quivers, also, which is awesome.
Oh,
That-
Quivers.
Yeah, that's what her mother gave her.
Robin Ophelia Quivers.
Are you kidding? That's the most awesome name
Isn't that
ever.
amazing?
Ophelia Quivers.
Babe, though, could you get me another beer?
Okay.
Oh God, you're amazing.
I know this.
Yeah, you're hot when you're handing us a beer.
Hot all the time. You're scorching hot when you're. No, not over the mixer. It's okay. I spilled a whole beer into my computer. Don't tell Steve.
Yeah.
But now we know it's like beer resistant
Yeah,
to 1 meter.
Yeah, you did enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to open that bad boy up and.
Drain
Oh,
it
by
out.
now it's burned off, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a peek in there and see what's going.
Got to get some deoxit and spray it out.
I have some. All right. So let's. We're gonna do a little blues song here, a little blues jam, you guys. And yeah, thanks, Christine. I do need her to get me beers. And Jordan is going to feed us song lyrics for each verse. Yeah, is that what we're doing?
Well,
Yeah.
Jordan is going to sing William Shatner style, which is
Oh.
like talking,
Yeah.
and just read what we have on the pad so far over the music.
Love this.
I butchered a few of them. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I don't think that's right. Let's try it again. Well, I'm gonna let you start it off.
Is lyrics just me? Oh, all right.
Give it to us, Jordan.
I'm getting there. He sometimes hits the right button.
That's the one, huh?
Come on now.
Is that me?
I don't be knowing.
Right on. This is great.
I don't know what a deal with the devil tastes like, but I want to eat some of that.
Oh, that was great.
Bussa something ballerina. I messed that one up. Full participation at last. And that's it.
All right, so give us one to riff off of.
I don't be knowing.
I don't be knowing where she gone. I don't be knowing where that woman is gone. Don't be knowing till she come come back at dawn. She always leaving. Don't tell me where she go. Always leaving. Don't tell me where she go. Never bring me no presents from the liquor store. Yeah.
Another one?
Yeah, give one for Kevin.
Full participation at last.
Full participation at last. Yeah, come on now. Full participation. Come on, baby. Let me have it all. She always halfway, but now tonight she's gonna give me full participation at last. Yeah. Sometimes it's just halfway, sometimes it's just a little bit. She says she's listening, but she don't know what I said, 'cause I know it's just a fit. But tonight I'm gonna get me some full participation at last. Yeah.
What's next, Jordan?
Oh. He sometimes hits the right button.
Oh, yeah. Now, we want to have Jordan riff on that. Come on.
Oh, no.
Please do expand on that, would you?
Instead of the left button, it's the right button.
Yeah, there you go. Keep going, keep
good.
going.
Oh, that's all I got. I ain't the songwriter here. Unless you want to do the, I don't know what a deal with the devil tastes like, but I want to eat some of that.
That's the best one ever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, here it goes.
I don't know. I don't know. I got this. I don't know what a deal with the devil tastes like. I don't know what a deal with the devil tastes like. I don't know. I want a piece of that pie. I don't know.
And you want to eat some of that.
Back to the 5. End it here. We have just broke your streak.
Oh my God, that was gold.
You just wrote a song live on the interweb with people looking.
Oh my God.
Yep, Linda said I could see you guys writing something together and performing together. You have a great flow.
That's what she said.
But I'm done. That was fun.
So how does it feel? We've just collaborated with our first song.
I love it.
Oh,
I'm so stoked.
that was awesome.
I wonder if that
So that was truly a jam.
That was.
that was a jam.
That was awesome.
Risky,
Yeah.
but worth it.
I loved it. I had a great time.
Right on. Me too. I'm excited.
Man, been a minute since I picked up this old guitar.
Well, shame on you, young man.
Linda says, what did Linda say, Jordan?
She said, "Woot woot! I just threw my bra on stage."
Yes! That was my favorite. That was a thing with
Linda is the ultimate woo girl.
Let me tell you what, she is.
She can woo with the best of them.
She can woo with the best of them, and being in a biker band like I was in Crossbone, the two traditional salutes. The only way that the band knows that it's doing a good job is if the girls are flashing. And then, of course, if the band is really doing a good job, they just go ahead and unstrap and throw that bra up on stage. And there were bras coming up on stage like I could wear like an aviator, like as a helmet. Like 2 people could wear it as a helmet.
Yep.
So awesome, lots of fun.
Awesome.
Those were most likely Linda's bras.
Touche.
Not to dime her out or anything, but yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Those were the ones.
Yeah. I think I saved a couple. I got them in the closet. Hermetically sealed for posterity.
Do they autograph them?
As a matter of fact, I don't know. I think we autographed a few of theirs. But I should probably get a.
Oh my God. Tony's calling back in.
Oh boy.
Cool.
Tony, what's up, dude?
I should probably get it.
What's up, Tony?
I was so we're just watching the show. I just want to be part of it again.
Well,
Awesome.
I wanted to drop the F-bomb so hard.
Well, fudge cakes.
Well, fudge cakes. Welcome back to the show, Tony.
Yeah, no doubt. Good to be loved with my friends.
What are you sipping on over there, man? What are you sipping on?
It looks bougie as fuck.
Woodford Old Fashions.
Oh, old fashions.
That sounds like heartburn.
Good stuff.
Jordan doesn't like the old fashions. I love old fashions. They're one of my favorite drinks.
Yes,
She never had a real one.
I'm interested in the fruit in the bottom of the cup, though.
You bottom feeder.
It's got a cherry. I like to eat the cherry, dude.
Yeah, I like to eat the cherry.
Classic drinks, good martinis, good Manhattans, old fat. There's classical drinks, margaritas. Even if they're not made properly, you're not going to enjoy them. You're not going to like it.
You're right.
It's the quality of the booze, and it's the quality of the mixers. Especially here in the United States, margaritas are supposed to be orange, not green. It's an orange juice, fresh orange.
Yeah, it's true.
Lime mix.
It's a true story.
Mix out of a powder plus water. It ruins the drink.
And Jordan, what is the best orange juice?
Margaritas. Then you make them a real one, and they're like, "I love margaritas."
Indian River Select.
Indian River Select.
Brand.
Best orange juice to use in your margaritas for sure.
We have a new drink tonight. It's called a Quarantini.
Yeah. Oh, did we do that?
No,
What
we
is
didn't do that.
we didn't. We have to make. Well, my Quarantini's got 3 ingredients. It's got glass, ice, and Jack Daniels.
Yes, I'm gonna applause that.
Super.
Yep. Ice, glass, and Jack Daniels. That is a quarantini of epic proportions.
I'm gonna make one more.
Oh.
Hang out, y'all.
You know what's funny is last time when Tony was here in person, we were here with was it Andrew Scott? It was
Yeah, I
Andrew
think so.
Scott.
Yeah.
It was Andrew
Yes.
Scott, and we were inside. We were still in the dining room of the house, and we had the curtain up, and behind the curtain was our whole kitchen, right? So Tony was here to do midweek motivation.
I saw that show,
Did you see
and
that
his
one?
hand came through the curtain and handed the drink, right?
It was so great, but he was back there making and Tony was
He's the best bartender.
Tony
ever.
has been in the industry
Yes.
or the restaurant industry
My entire life.
for 25 years
123
until
years.
now, and like he just makes the best drinks.
Yes.
And so he made us these little margarita shots that were so delicious. I wish he was here to make them for us.
And
right
he's
now.
great because you
Were
can
they-
just have random ingredients, and you're like, I don't know what we
And he
can
just
have
puts it
from this.
together.
And he's like, toss this all together.
We're just sitting over there hearing just all the shaking going on. It's Tony back there.
Put some salt on it. We're good.
It was so good. Are you making another old fashioned there, Tony?
I am, as we speak.
Old fashions are delicious.
I want to come up with an old fashioned song.
So you can write the theme song. Let's write the new JNC theme song right here. Here it is.
It's very Lenny Kravitz-y.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's all right.
Now here's the key to the real old fashioned. You stir the whiskey. You never shake it. Never shake dark booze. You only shake
that's
white.
not very James Bond of you, by the way.
James Bond does vodka. You shake vodka. You stir dark. You shake light. It's a chemical reaction. You can't shake it. It breaks down the chemical compound.
My dude is a chemist.
Oh.
He's a chemist.
Chemist.
That's hardcore knowledge right there.
Hi, Jill.
That's smart. Hey, Jill. What's up?
Hi,
That's girl.
We got Tony's midweek motivation, but now Tony's bartending bartending school, which is awesome.
Tony's midweek drinking.
Yeah. We love you guys. All right, Tony, hang on the line, man. We're gonna play a song though.
All right, yeah, no, I'm chill. I'm not going anywhere.
Yep, we'll keep you on. You got your own. You have your own name tag, so you're part of the show.
Excrement. Yeah, on the show it says my name here.
Wait,
See, right there.
He's official.
He's official.
All he needs is a whistle.
Tony, did you just say excrement or excellent?
A little of both.
Sounded like you said excrement.
Although it means excellent.
Excellent excrement.
You know,
the
like
goal.
good means bad. Excrement means excellent. You know,
Yes,
There we go.
excrement.
one of those things.
Oh my gosh.
God.
All right, Kevin, you got a song to play?
Yes, I do have a song to play, and I want you to put some solo on here for me.
Oh, I could do that. I could try
In
anyway.
the key of D.
That's my favorite key.
Drop D of all things.
Girl, the key of D.
Give me a good for this.
Nirvana's famous.
Yeah. All right, so this is one of those songs that I just wrote it like as I was playing it. It just like came out, like I just pooped it out in one
Like an
one
excrement.
grunt. Yes, like
Like an excrement.
like an excrement. So this is in the key of D. Here we go. So you know it's D and C and G. D, C, G. It's got all three chords.
All the important ones.
Ooh, we're getting serious with the reverb. Cool. Hello, where did you go? Yeah, hello, I don't know. Okay, here's the other part. Watch. D, F, G. Is she upstairs or is she down? Is she inside or out and around? Yeah, Ella, where did you go? Ella, I don't know. Yeah, I looked left, I looked right. Is she gone? Will she be out all night? I don't know. Yeah, hello, where did you go? Yeah, hello, I don't know. Okay, here's the breakdown. Now, where is she? Ella, Where'd you go? Anybody seen Ella? Come here, Ella. All right, Brad, take a solo. In the driveway or up in a tree, I can't find her. Woe is me. She ain't in the pool. Now this ain't cool. We can't find Ella. We can't find Ella. Yeah, Ella. Where did you go? Yeah, Ella, I don't know. Yeah, Ella, where did you go? Yeah, Ella, I don't know. Here we go. I'm going to do a little bit. Where'd you go? Yeah, Ella, where did you go? Yeah, Ella, here we go. I don't know.
Awesome, dude. That was a good one.
Yeah, you like that one?
Yeah, that was good.
Was that an original?
Yes. So how that happened was I was at my brother's house in Biloxi, Mississippi, and my niece Ella was hanging out talking, and my brother and Ella and myself were talking, and then we suddenly realized that Ella wasn't part of the conversation anymore. She wasn't even in the room. Oh, no. So I'm like, and she's the one who talked me into breaking my brother's acoustic guitar out of sitting underneath the, in the video game room under the couch or whatever. I pulled it out, dusted it off, and started playing a little bit. And apparently she lost interest and just walked away. We didn't even notice. So I'm like, where's Ella? And I was just like... And that entire song just came out like...
It's so good. It's so good. It's
I don't know how it happened.
It's reminiscent, obviously, last week. Or not obviously to some of you maybe, but to me, obviously, John Prestige was on the show last week. And
awesome guy, awesome songwriter.
Right? But the process for his songwriting was, because I asked him about it, because I don't base my songwriting's not, I don't visually see something or experience something and immediately go, oh, that's a good song. That's just not my process. I have to internalize and process and go through the whole motions, and then a song will come out eventually. It's like eating a lot of cheese, and then eventually
you figure out the rest.
Yeah. So it just takes a little bit more time to simmer and work through. And so I'm envious of you guys that can see a situation like that and go, where's Ella?
Well, I've
where's she gone?
It doesn't normally happen like that for me. It was a weird moment because I was bursting into song that I'd never played before. So I was like because the way I do it is I'll get my phone
Right.
Like I used the,
Sure.
you know, and like I could feel it happening. I just didn't even know how to recognize that feeling, but it was there. And I hit the red button on my phone. It's like the Notes app or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just played that song, and the way that is word for word the way it came out for the first time.
No kidding.
Yeah, and that has never happened to me. Like to show you the opposite, that song "Mickey Stinky Man."
Yeah.
It was 10 years between the time I wrote that lyric and I found the right chord progression to go underneath it.
So I guess it's fair to say that some songs come over, and that's, you know, my record, Songs About You and Every Other Girl.
Yeah, you're special, just
there's
like everyone
a good
else.
Story, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you very much.
No wonder she wants a pool. Damn it.
Yeah.
I'm glad
God,
that I got
deserve
such a
pool.
rousing applause for that record. No, Songs About You and Every Other Girl. There was. Thank you very much. Thank you guys.
Thank you. There we go.
A lot of those songs I wrote back in 2010 when I was living in Orlando, and then to just finish off the record, when I was sitting recording the other songs, I would just pull together things. Like one of the big ones was I was just doodling around working on another song, and in this kind of.
That's my favorite song.
And I was
too.
like, man, that's a pretty good little ditty, and then it ended up being the first track on the whole record, Back to Blue. And in fact, the whole record was about to be called Back to Blue, because you know when you write a song and you're like, it becomes your newest child, and you're like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with this. So I did it.
Like Prince says, they're children. They are like children.
I literally did a whole photo shoot based on this ridiculous song. I'm going to show it to you because I'm in that kind of mood. So I did
boy.
Yeah, right.
I hope you're like Blue Man Group.
Are you guys ready for this? So I did a photo shoot. This is ridiculous. Because I was so certain that I was going to call this record Back to Blue. And so I did this whole little photo shoot of me on a blue couch in a suit. Look at
that, like faux hawk going on.
Right, dude. I had the whole thing going on.
He's hanging on to it. Look at him now.
You look better now than you did then, man.
Yeah.
Look at you.
You're such a little baby there.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take that.
Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs.
Look at ya.
What was that, Tony?
Like Reservoir Dogs of the 2010.
Yeah. I was also about 10 or 15 pounds lighter in that photograph too.
No one cares about that.
Yeah, we'll go with 10 or 15.
Yeah, we'll go with 10 or 15. But yeah, so I wrote that song and I was like, I'm calling this whole record Back to Blue. Of course, it went back to Songs About You and Every Other Girl. But yeah, you know, I was just kind of, you know, and I sat there and wrote the whole song, and it's a real dumb song. I'm gonna sing it though.
It's my favorite song.
Jordan
on that
loves
album.
this one.
Yeah, it's my
She
favorite.
loves it.
Oh, listen to me.
Ooh.
It was so weird, but I liked it.
It's very 21st century, by the way.
Yeah, go back to 2010, you.
My phone blows up again. She says she's out with Brits. Have I got nothing else to do? She said I should come out too. Ooh. It's only 10:30, which it is.
Oh.
Thoughts of perky drifting in. Wild nights around this town, I know how it's going down. Ooh. I don't know what this is, but it feels good. Yeah. laying in that dress, she looks real good. She looks over, we move closer, and I know when the night is through, I'll be back to blue. I'll be back to blue. I see those eyes again, that come and get me green. Touches me as she walks past, I just can't help but to laugh. Ooh, ooh. Thanks, Tony. I don't know what this is, but it feels good. Yeah. Standing in that dress, she looks real good. She looks over, we move closer, and I know when the night is through, I'll be back to blue. Don't know what this is, but it feels good. Standing in that dress, it looks real good. She looks over, we move closer, and I know when the night is through, I'll be back to blue. I'll be back to blue. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was great.
You guys are awesome. So yeah, so that's that, and then there's other songs that took years to write, you know. So I get it, man.
Yeah, sometimes they just come right out in one plop, and sometimes you gotta pull them out like an obstetrician.
You gotta eat the cheese, man. Get it.
An excrement observation.
Exactly right.
That's
exactly right.
And if this,
Oh, so that. Thanks, Christine.
if this was the Pee Wee Herman show, the word of the day would be excrement. Ah!
What's the Pee Wee Herman show?
You never heard of the Pee Wee Herman show?
Oh God, come on! I grew up on that shit.
Everybody likes to forget that he existed, but he was there.
He was there, for the love of God. He certainly was.
As long as he wasn't a movie buff, everyone was okay.
As long as he wasn't buffing in the movie.
Yeah, he did a movie. He wasn't a movie buff. He did a movie buff.
That was the best. That was the best. He was off the air for like 5-6 years, and then he gets busted in West Hollywood, and then he's invited to the MTV Music Awards, and he comes out in his little suit, and he just says, "Heard any good jokes lately?"
Dude, Paul Rubens, talk about a bounce back. Like, obviously his career in child entertainment never came back, but like he took it in stride and he did his time and he did his thing. Like,
Right after that, he did Blow.
Yeah, they paid him $50 million for Blow. He's back on top.
back on top.
And then never nothing again. But I mean, he didn't make $50 million doing Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? You know, you gotta make your buck.
Well, in the entertainment industry, that they tell us, there's no such thing as bad press.
That's absolutely correct.
And
I agree.
everybody was washing their seat in the theater in L.A. that year.
Yeah, you never know. Pee Wee Herman was all over the place.
We saw his house.
No pun intended.
Remember?
Yeah. We were
saw
out
his
there.
house.
I was a fan. I thought it was hysterical. It was a great show. Mecca High, Mecca Heiny Ho.
So, Kevin, do you have a song that you've written that is your baby that you listen back or you play and you're like, oh man, that's my jam, that's my song? I know it's tough. It's like having a bunch of children.
This much?
Like, nope.
No, I think there is. It really is. This song, when I play this song, like it's the only one that like when I wrote it, there was a music video like associated with the writing of the song.
Oh, so like in your head you had this.
Yes, there's a film that goes in my head, and I see, picture Southern California, a 1964 convertible Mustang with tan interior and maroon paint job.
It's very specific.
Very specific.
It's incredibly specific.
And a blonde-haired dude with mirrored aviators on, just like cruising through the highway. Okay?
Love it. Okay.
And so, well, here it is.
Awesome.
Oh, I got to tune my guitar. That was smooth. Yeah.
Tony knows. That's drop D, he said.
Yep, drop D. He's keeping track. Tony, next time, let me know when I need you to tune back, because you're more on top of it than I am, obviously.
Wait, did you just call Tony a moron? More on top of it?
Yes, actually, yes. More on top of it is a ghostwriter for the Motown industry.
That got funnier the more I thought about it.
More on top of it.
More on top of it.
That's a person that lives now from now on.
That's Cardi B's agent.
Cardi B's agent.
All right, so
Who's Cardi B?
I have no idea, but
Terrible.
oh my gosh, someone teach this guy to tune his guitar. All right, so. Running down the highway, making time. I'm low on gas, I ain't got 1 thin dime. But I know I'll make it, it's alright. There's nothing but smooth highway in sight. I'm on my own now. Gonna have to make it my own way. All alone now. Gonna have to take it day by day, take it day by day. Wind in my face, filling up my ears. It brings a chill, blows out all my tears. The open highway is my only friend. I'm gonna take it on down south to the end. I'm on my own now. I'm gonna have to make it my own way. All alone now. Gonna have to take it day by day, take it day by day. Thinking back, I can't get her off my mind. She should have known I'm not the staying kind. It was time to head out on my own. I can't help it, I got that traveling bone. I'm on my own now. I'm gonna have to make it my own way. All alone now. I'm gonna have to take it day by day on my own now. I'm gonna have to make it my own way. All alone now. I'm gonna have to take it day by day. Take it day by day. Right on. And by the way, I can't imagine a more appropriate background sound than the sound of ice landing in a glass.
Isn't that the truth?
While I am playing. Tony, you totally rock.
Kevin, I gotta tell you something though, man. The reason you prefaced it with the dude in Southern California, that whole time I was just picturing. I grew up in Southern California. I was picturing a dude cruising up the 5, right past San Onofre Beach, with the power plant in the background, Camp Pendleton to the right.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
exactly it. Yeah.
It's a 15-mile stretch. There's nothing. It's a 200-foot drop cliff to the ocean, and then hills on one side. I just picture this dude flowing, just driving, heading north, going. I'm not sure if he's going to L.A., San Francisco, maybe hanging right to Vegas. But I saw it in my head. That dude was chilling.
Right on. And you know what? I just to double check my imagination to see how far off I was. Like I Googled 1964 convertible Mustang, and the car that showed up was the car in my mind. It's 1964 convertible Mustang. It'll be a burgundy Mustang with tan interior, and that was what came into my head.
That was it, huh?
Yeah. It's you know, it's cool. Synchronicity is the word for that.
Synchronicity. Man, I love it. Kevin.
Yeah, I was picturing too.
Yeah. They're looking it up.
Yeah. Look, watch, you'll see. Yeah, just Google it up and hit images, and it'll be like the first one on the list.
It's right there.
Let me hit images. That's a little burgundy.
Shit's cherry red.
No, Jill, she's nitpicking the colors.
All right, well, whatever.
That's cherry red.
Well, you know,
get it right.
Cherry red,
Kevin.
whatever it is. It's a Mustang, and it's a convertible.
No, that was a great song, and that's the one, huh? Like that's obviously there's going to be more, and there's going to be going to be great songs coming through, but
that's the song that comes from the deepest place inside me.
That guitar picking was awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that lick that you had in there. That was solid, dude.
Thanks.
That makes now I need to become a better guitar player. I don't do any licks in my
hurry
songs.
up.
There's like,
I'll give you till noon tomorrow.
I'm a strummer, man. That's what I do. Well, I'm so glad that I got to get you here, man. I'm gonna be honest. When the governor kind of sent out, I read it this afternoon, and my heart dropped because I thought it was already Thursday, and it said midnight on Thursday is when that lockdown goes down, and if you're not going out to get something to eat or go to the grocery store or gas up, to just stay home, which I completely agree with in this particular time. Just do it. It's what we all been doing anyway, but it does eliminate the ability to bring people into the studio here for the foreseeable future. You know,
check with your legal team. Is music of an essential service?
Yeah, I mean,
from my perspective, it's certainly.
We could sell them groceries out of our pantry.
Jesus, Jordan's always thinking this guy.
All right, write that down too.
Yeah,
write that. We can sell them groceries out of our pantry.
That
could mean about 13
groceries.
That could mean a lot of things.
Out of our pantries.
That's some.
Just so you know, I didn't realize Kevin was in studio until the second time until I came back onto the show.
Yeah, no, he's here live in the studio right there.
No, which is awesome, but you can still do the entire show online,
absolutely, and it will proceed that way. In fact, depending on what happens between now and next Wednesday, when I have Jeff Fairshedian on from Treasure Coast Entertainment, he will either be here in the studio, obviously, or we'll have him Skype in. The show will go on. The show must go on. It's what we do.
Let him know to tell the National Guard that he's coming to the Jams and Cocktails with Brad Brock, and they'll let him through just like they did for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him that. Hopefully it works. Right.
Yeah, it's worked thus far.
I had to show it to him. They let me through.
See, I give everybody a badge, so, but here nor there.
I just wear my badge somewhere different.
No.
Your party badge.
You wear it in exactly the same place everyone else does.
I wear my badge.
We all.
And then when I showed it, you know what he said?
What did he say?
Badges? We don't need no stinking badges. So stupid.
Oh, man. Tony and Jill, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you for being a part of the show. Tony, you're always a part of the show, whether you know it or not. You're always here. You're always part of the midweek motivation. Thank you guys for being here. Kevin, thank you for being here, man.
Thank you so much. I knew this was going to be fun, but I didn't realize it was going to be this fun.
And we're going to do it again.
And we didn't pay him to say that, folks.
We're going to do it again. We're going to do it bigger and better.
Write that one down, too.
We didn't pay him to say it.
Yeah, right. We didn't pay him to say it.
Pay it, don't spray it.
The beautiful and amazing Jordan Taylor, always.
Writing shit down.
Always a light here in JNC. Once again, you guys, please tune in next week. We'll catch you guys with Jeff Farashedian, whether he's here in person or he's here on Skype.
Before you get too deep into
I like to get deep.
That's what you told her. And she immediately believed you.
Unfortunately,
that's another one. She immediately believed you. Write that down. That's never true.
Oh boy. There's so many things.
No, I want to say thank you so much, Brad, for not only for putting on such a great forum for awesome entertainment, but for letting me in when I got here and including me in this whole thing, because this is great.
Thank you, man. I'll take that applause. Bring it in. That's right. No, Kevin, it's important to me to shine a light on our local entertainment in a way that isn't being done anywhere, with the exception of the McLoughlin Musical Minute. Right? That was right?
That is correct.
That's correct. That is something that you were doing completely independent from, I didn't know about it and you didn't know about me until we put it together. So you are equally as awesome for putting that spotlight on people in a way that isn't, come see my show at Manatee Island, or come see my show at the Twisted Tuna. Come see me play cover songs and while you drink beers and eat sushi. That's it sounds ridiculous, but that's what we do. That's our livelihood. That's what we do and ask of our friends and family and fans to do, is come out and see that. So it's fun to put a different light in a more spotlight on the people that are doing those things and dig a little deeper than playing Freebird, man, and I would gladly play Freebird as long as it's not for my brother Steve.
Mm-hmm. No, that's extra. Freebird is extra.
Yeah. Yep. Especially Stairway to Freebird.
Yeah.
Can I tell a Freebird story?
I would love to hear that.
So I'm playing at the Pierce Cider Works.
Yeah, okay.
With my favorite B3 player on the planet Earth, Mike Hankins.
For those of you novices, B3 is an organ.
Yes, he plays the organ. And we're in there, and this guy comes up and play Freebird, man.
Standard operating procedure.
And Mike Hankins, fresh from Nashville, with his dealing with the crowd skills razor sharp, sees this guy. We're like, that takes a tip. That's a tip. That's extra. So this guy opens his wallet, and there's $100 bill showing. And Mike's like, come on, be real, dude. It's Freebird. That's a C note at least. And so this guy puts like $150 into the tip jar, and we played a version, me on my acoustic guitar. It was right after the Crossbone 10th anniversary reunion show.
Oh, okay.
Where I learned Freebird note for note. Like, it was the one and only time on film that you'll see me play Freebird, like, ever.
Oh, man.
And it was like a year after that, so I still had that solo down, and we played. Mike, as soon as he saw that $100 bill, Mike went into on the piano, played it better than the album, and this guy was like shamed him into pulling $150 out, and we played a version of Freebird that just brought the house down. That's my best tip in my whole life. Thank you, Mike Hankins.
Dude,
amazing.
Anyone have that on film?
Did anybody catch that on film?
No, that was before the live streaming craze happened.
No. You know what, though? That was a moment that you got to live. And there's sometimes when people request songs from me that, like, I hate to play, but I do it, and just it creates such an environment, and it engages the audience, and, like, all of a sudden you're like, wait, no, I've always loved this song. I've loved this song my whole life, you know?
Yeah, well, I want to also add to the fact that when I do my performances, and the reason why that's like a big deal is I do a disclaimer at the beginning. I'm like, hey, if y'all have any requests, keep them to yourself. Because I don't care what you like. I'm going to play whatever the hell I want. And I don't care because, like, I'm not a singer. I can only, like, I've got a list of songs that's this long.
Right.
So, like, I'm going to play whatever the hell I want, and you just get over it and give me money anyway.
My favorite response to, hey, play Freebird. I like to go, oh, you want Freebird? It's your Freebird right there for you.
You never do.
I don't do that.
I'm quite PG.
I learned a lesson from a colleague many years ago, and when doing business, the answer is always yes, but that's extra.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's like upselling in the restaurant business.
Yeah.
You know, oh, you want Freebird, so what you really want is garlic Parmesan fries, right?
Yeah. No, so you're asking for Freebird, so what you're saying is there's like an extra $100 in your wallet that you need me to help you with.
And I will help you with that. That's funny. That's awesome.
That is good.
Well, that is not the restaurant.
And Freebird should never be played in the scene. Like, we're trying to keep people going. You play Freebird, people are going to start cashing out, falling asleep.
You'd be surprised. I revived one night, one show. I was getting towards it. It was like the second to last song, and this huge group of people came in. And the bar was kind of sleepy the whole night. This huge group of people came in for a birthday party, and this lady came up and she's like, "Can you play Freebird?" And I was like, like you do. And she's like, really? She's like, it's my husband whose birthday it was. It's his favorite song, and you know, we got dancers, and we would really enjoy it. It's real request, right? And so I was like, okay. So I played it, and not only did this group that came in just erupt into this, you know, lighter waving group, but the whole rest of the bar, all these sleepy people just came to life. And the point of it is, even if the song is Freebird, if it could bring a group of people together to just have a moment, whether it's, you know, a joke or not, that was a real moment, and I was happy to play it.
At least it's not a stairway to heaven.
But you know what? But she emphasizes that this is a real request.
Yes, and that was important. That was important to me.
It's gonna, and that I think would change the moment, because it's not a bad song. I love the song, but you know, like in the bar scene, when you're, you know, you got 3 hours,
you
got time to go. You're trying to feel the crowd. It's really, honestly,
it's a snoozer.
It's a small select group of people that like want to hear.
The majority of the time, it's a joke. But that time was not a joke, and when I played it, and I never play it like a joke. If I'm gonna do it, I put in 110. Is this happening? Is this happening?
Well, it's like when I walk into the bar,
you know,
rock.com is playing, all of a sudden I get my drink and I hear La Bamba. I gotta dance. I gotta dance with my girl.
True. We're getting Freebird right now. Did you know that? Did you realize that, Tony?
I heard it. I heard him tuning in.
It's happening. Everybody in Facebook land is hearing it right now.
Really quick, Brad, before it kicks off.
No, that's just background music. I'm not going to do the whole thing.
He said before it kicks off.
Last night we were talking. I was embarrassed So I restocked my wine.
Restocking.
I see it. It's so funny. When Tony, I was as I mentioned, I was getting him familiar with Skype for this particular show, and he was like, "Man, I wish I would have restocked my wine rack back there."
There's still a couple of holes open.
And he did. He restocked it.
There's
I'm proud of you.
one hole open, like a party that's not quite finished. One hole open.
Well, that's the one that came down for the night.
I'm gonna fill it.
There you go. That's what you told her.
Oh man. Well, you guys, thank you, Tony. Again, you're the man. Thanks for Skyping in. Let's do this. Let's do the Skype thing more often, man. Let's do the Skype thing more often. I like this better.
It works. So we're
Awesome.
good.
And
We're
Jill, I love you too.
good. Okay. Jill's trying to find her hole.
She found the hole. Kevin, dude, you are a champion. Thank you so much again for being on the show, brother.
It's an honor. I appreciate being here.
It's my honor. You guys,
Say, Freebird was my high school graduation
oh
song.
my God, amazing.
If you got a hold of Beverly High School's yearbook from 1986, when you open the cover, the lyrics to Freebird are right in the front
Awesome.
cover. That was our class song.
Excellent. It's a good class song. It's good. I'm as free as a bird now. It's nothing like getting out of a cage called high school.
Yeah.
All right, you guys.
My song was Gangsta's Paradise.
Southern California, this motherfucker. All right, you guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the JNC podcast. We hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you again, Kevin, for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. So excited. This is awesome.
And thank you, Jordan, for always being a light. Again, we'll catch you guys next week with Jeff Farashidi. Remember to be safe, be healthy, and most importantly, be kind. We love you all. Good night.
Good night, boys.
Should we play Freebird? Should we do it for the people?
Oh boy.
I'm not gonna play it live. I'm just gonna play the record. We'll let Facebook mute it.
You'll get 4 seconds.
Hey, well, the podcast might be over. We still.
There you go. You're still partying. Good night, you guys. Wait, that's not the one. Here it is.
I don't want to hear the record. I want to hear you and Kevin play it.
No, we done.
We're done. No, they're done.
All right, bye.
Yeah, it's midnight. They're done. All right. Hey.
Midnight. It's 11.
Hey, Brad Brock.
Yeah, what's up?
Hi.
Bye. Hey, buddy.
Hi.
Bye bye.
Good night, you guys.